The objective Pokemon games tier list. How crazy is that title, honey?
Can you
I will screenshot. I'm working on it. This guy's the #1 Game Freak hater. Hell yeah. I am all for people that should have ditched the franchise complaining about it for ad revenue. That is my favorite genre of videos. Are we gonna watch this entire guy's catalog?
Are we gonna like predict like what he thinks is number S already, or like?
He's gonna. You know what? He looks about my age. He's gonna go Heart Gold Soul Silver. He's 100%. Even though that game has a dog shit Pokemon distribution and level curve. Yeah, he's gonna go with Heart Gold Soul Silver because he's old. He's old. He's old. He's old. He's a boomer. What are you gonna say, Nick?
Isn't like Heart Gold Soul Silver not considered bad now? It went back to like it's a bad game.
I don't know.
I don't think it's bad, by the way. I don't think it's bad.
No, I don't think it's bad, but it's not S.
To, like,
I don't think it's S anymore.
Platinum's gonna be an S tier for sure, which I mean, rightfully so. But
I
like,
think that's fair. I think Platinum has its flaws, but I think S is fair.
For any wild cards, I think.
No, it's gonna be the most boring video I've ever watched. It's gonna be
Probably.
It's gonna be new Pokemon bad, old Pokemon. It's gonna be one of those, man. I just have to say, Gravity says this is your first Gyurem Red video. Must he's a little bit insane. I'm here for the insanity.
Hello, fellow Jerrykins. IRL Gyurem here. People have been asking me to do this video for a long time, or rank of all mainline Pokemon games, and I've been waiting for Scarlet and Violet to come out. I should have been waiting to do this video for a long time, but I kept delaying it because a new darn game would keep coming out, you know? After all, if I do this video and a new game comes out, the video will become dated. So here's the official ranking, guys. This will be the most objective.
Well, I mean, it's already dated now. You know, you've got, what's it? Pokemon, you haven't got Pokemon Sleep here, so, you know what I mean? Dated. Just like those glasses, brother. Go to Specsavers.
S tier is Pokemon games with exactly 151 as the local
okay.
dex number. A tier is games with at least a 151 dex. B tier is games with almost a 151 dex. The rest of the games are on the F tier. They don't have 151 dex. They suck. Bye. Okay, for real though, let's do
funny joke. 10-10.
The real tier list.
I'm here. I'm invested.
I'm gonna set some ground rules though. First of all, this is my personal opinion.
Classic gamers. He said it. Frame one. Frame one. It's just my opinion, guys.
Alright.
Second,
didn't even stick with the objective thing. He didn't even stick with it. He just lied. Frame one liar. Unbelievable.
I'm gonna rank all the games with S tier, then A, B, C, D.
We know how this works, old man. Get started.
Go to the too old to judge rank at the bottom. The reason is because these games have kind of aged poorly. It's not gonna be fair ranking those games compared to modern Pokemon games. Like I know Pokemon Red and Blue.
I don't agree with that.
Well, you don't think? I think that's fair. I think it's fair if you just put Gen 1 and 2 in the and then just leave it at that. I think that's fair.
Yeah, but for the thing is, it's just too old to compare. But there's some older games out there that are more loved than like it's the remakes or
You're not wrong, but like, okay, is this lazy from him? Is this lazy content? Absolutely. Am I gonna like hold his feet to the fire? Not really. Do you know what I mean?
For old I'm like, you can still enjoy the game, and then like for what it is, count for what it is. No, for like Gen 1, I don't think Gen 1's a bad game. I mean, I replayed it many times when I was younger. I think it was a fun game. Even when this Johto came out, I still replayed. Even when 3rd Gen came out. I think it's a solid game for the first game.
I think they are as well. They've aged like molasses, but I still think there's fun to be had. But, he's boring, baby. He's boring.
Blue was kind of asked to play in 2023, but consider the time was made and they didn't have a clear formula in 1996. In my opinion, modern Pokemon started in Generation 3, and I'm going to rank Gen 3 and up only.
Boy, you know what? I'm actually more annoyed. I wasn't annoyed before, but I'm annoyed now. Modern Pokemon started in Gen 3. Why don't you rate the old ones anyway? Okay, just put him in C or something. Old. He's old.
Well, this is my point. Like, you're going to gloss over the
you're right. I wasn't annoyed. I wasn't annoyed before, but I am. I wasn't annoyed before, but I am now. Do you know what? Bad video. I'm disliking. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm doing like the video equivalent of. Do you know like when people put? Have you seen that thing where like old people will put $5 on the table at like a restaurant, and they'll take one away for every single time like the waiter or waitress does something bad, and they'll be like, "That's your tip. Your tip is disappearing because you took too long." That's me right now. You got to dislike Gyurem. You got to save it. All right, you got to save it.
Before I start, I want to remind everyone.
Sorry to like interrupt, but like. For his thing is like he counts Gen 3 as like where the modern Pokemon exists. Where do you technically think like modern Pokemon like started at? I don't think it's Gen 3.
Where do you think it started at? That's a better question.
Gen 4 when the moves split. For like instead of like physical and like like when the moves like split.
I would say I think Gen 3 is a good start because like Gen 3 like I'd say started like the modern formula of like I think it kickstarted the elements that we know Pokemon today. Like whereas with Gen 1 and 2, there was not really too many story elements involved in any of them. Does that make sense? Whereas Gen 3 was when we started like, okay, there's these 2 fuck-off creatures, and one or both of them are going to like kill the world, you know? Whereas Gen 1 2 didn't really have those elements. So I would say, if you were going to say the modern formula of not only do you go through an adventure and get a badge and stop an evil team, the world, the fate of the world, blah, 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 blah. Like that sort of thing started in Gen 3, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I still think like for modern, like, technicalities and stuff, I think like Gen 4 started off in like where it presents like the moose splits and like you know, more like it ups the game in like, you know, like different evolution ways and up to things, and it just was like a good stance of like, this is what we want Pokemon to be in like modern, you know, like a good staple.
Gotcha.
But then you could say like in Gen 2 they upped their stories with the villain ones. So you can say, well, they upped the ones because they have like, hey, we're trying to, you know, we do have a little side quest and storylines you have to do in Gen 2, and we have more in-depth characters that were evolving like Silver, you know.
Yeah.
So technically say that also started like in some of like the ways. I think like each game brought something different, but I don't classify Gen 3 as like the start of modern.
Yeah, but if you forget, baby, this is the objective Pokemon tier list, and you're wrong. Okay, we're all wrong. Hoenn decided to give 5 towards the Donkey Kong Country Returns HD fund. Oh my god, well, technically we're 3 out of 10 of the way there. I don't think it's Gen 3 or 4. I don't think Gen 3 or 4 graphics have ever aged. 1 and 2 has. I think it's fair to forget about them. So even Hoenn agrees. He agrees with Gear and Red that we should forget about Gen 1 and 2. We should forget about our history.
If you have an objective games tier list and you're not even going to rate the entire like Pokemon like tier like mainline games, why even make this? Because clearly Gen 1, they're
true, Girim.
But
answer like, the allegations,
Gen
Girim.
1 and Gen 2 still brought stuff to the series that is now like Gen 2 brought in breeding, and like they brought in like more, try to get more complex characters in there with like with Silver. And like they did best they could for the time, but you can still rank them. They say they're too old, and like, I don't really count them until like, you know, until I think modern Pokemon ones. If you said objective modern Pokemon games tier list,
yeah, but that wouldn't get clicks, though, honey. That wouldn't get clicks. You know how it is.
So already, like, dude, you're not even like ranking the entire games. What's the fucking point?
True. Castform says, Gen 4 definitely feels like the beginning of the modern age. The physical special feels more important than the fate of the world plot. You think so? Pyro says, I mean, I'd say modern Pokemon start with Gen 6, but then you have to get into the weeds of what modern means. Benjamin says, I'm not really a fan of dismissing a series first in the series. I'm not a fan of dismissing a series' first games in a series tier list. You can put them low on a tier list and call it a day. So, you know what I mean? Like, so some agree, some don't, but I mean, it's his list in the end of the day, babe. I mean, he's right. We're wrong.
Well, to be objectively, you could say, for what the game is, like, say Gen 1, for what the game is with at that time, you know, you could put like a C or B tier at that time of what they gave us, right? It's fair enough. I think it's a Gen 1's a good game without it, you know, it has plenty of glitches and stuff in it, but like, I still think it's a solid game. I'll put in B tier. Gen 1.
I'd put them all in C, personally. I think I'd put them all in C in my Pokemon tier list I have to redo. I'll put them all in C. I think they're good. I think they're goodish. No Pokemon Dash. Yeah, pack it up, gamers. Let's continue.
In-depth review of Pokemon Sun and Moon, USUM, Black and White, Auras.
Hang on. Underrated remakes. Gamers, he said the word. He made the mistake of... Do we have to watch that at some point? Brother.
I don't think it was underrated. I thought it was like beloved by like a lot of people.
No, I hate it. I'd rather play Emeralds.
You don't like it because it doesn't have the battle tower, right?
I'd rather play Emeralds. Actually, in all fairness, I am due for a replay of this game because I haven't replayed it. But yeah,
this is a very solid game.
No, I'd rather play Emeralds. You're wrong.
A really good remake.
Wrong. I'll skip it. You're wrong, honey. Wrong.
Hey, man.
Wrong.
Wrong.
What was that?
No one cares about your stupid battle tower. Stay mad.
I'll skip it.
Platinum, BDSP, Legends Arceus, Black and White 2, XY, and Scarlet and Violet.
You saw that too, right?
Hang on, I didn't see. Hang on. I spaced out.
BDSP.
Which one?
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
No. You see it when
Black and
you
White.
see it.
Oras. Platinum.
Okay.
BDSP.
Too much faithful. Legends Arceus was never good. I did see. No. The worst part is I know what this video is going to be. It's going to be. It's gonna be the thing that people said at the time Legends Arceus came out. It's gonna be the whole. Well, like, even though by Pokemon standards these games were amazing, I think by objective game standards it still isn't like. He's gonna do the thing where he compares Pokemon to like RPGs as a whole, which is fair to do, but it's like. We know Pokemon isn't fucking like, it's not Persona, bro. I guarantee this whole video is going to be that, which is why I don't want to watch it. The whole video is just going to be that. It's not going to be anything interesting. Because for what it is, I think it's fantastic. But for what it is objectively, yeah, it's not that good. We know that. What do you mean? Like, what are we talking about here? You know? So I'm just like, boring take, boring.
When you have the same take as Relisify, you know you're on the wrong side.
Boring! Exactly. He has the same take as Hitler. That's how he's wrong.
Y2, XY, and Scarlet and Violet. I also sort of reviewed Let's Go Pikachu.
Why is Let's Go Pikachu better than Sword? Cold take.
And Eevee and Sword and Shield. If you want those more in-depth explanations, go check them out. So, let's begin.
So, did he just kind of like spoil half his video anyways? Now that we know that like Let's Go is gonna be higher than like Sword and Shield?
You're supposed to know why, you know? The whole video reason you click on the video is why, honey. Why, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, watch these before I go over what I rank. By the way, you're gonna know what some of these are ranked because I wouldn't have definitely used to go watch it. You could put that after you, like, for video sense. You could put that, like, I ranked this here if you really want to know why.
You should go tell him that. You should tell him that 2 years ago, honey.
Putting it before you rank the ones, then, like, I know you're gonna rank, like, Let's Go Pikachu higher than Sword and Shield.
Yeah, but he might have changed his mind since then, honey, so we've got to be careful. We've got to watch the video, honey. You're making a lot of assumptions. We have to watch.
You're right.
It's okay. The level 1 argument is that Arceus is bad because graphics. The real reason it's bad because it completely forgot about battles. Yeah, see, like one of the genuinely good reasons to hate Arceus is that it does not lean into battles at all. If that's the reason you don't like it, then fair. But like, it was never going to be like a fucking crazy gameplay because it's Pokemon. Like, we know what Pokemon is, bro. I don't know. It's boring.
The games that started off with modern Pokemon introduced my personal favorite Pokemon region, the Hoenn region. I'm gonna put it at C tier, and you're gonna probably see why. C basically means average tiers for me. Ruby and Sapphire to me is the most basic Pokemon game. It has the very basics, but it's nothing special. It basically completed the Pokemon formula more so than the Gen 1 and 2 games, such as story revolving around a villain trying to control Legendary, introduce fundamentals like Pokemon natures and double battles. There's nothing seriously wrong.
You say this introduced like double battles and like all that jazz, like fundamentals, but you didn't give Gen 2 any credit for giving other fundamentals like held items. I don't know, Guren Red. I think you're being a bit mean. I don't know, Guren Red.
Gen 2 brought in like what? Shiny,
breeding as well, shining, held items.
Rivals that like, you know, like more kind of in-depth story.
Trainer rematches. Yeah. I don't know, brother. I don't know, Guren Red. You're looking kind of sus right now. I'm just saying. Also, this gameplay, you've got a high-level Swampert and only a level 30 Electro. So you don't do the thing where you train up all your Pokemon, like, equally. I don't know, Guren. You're at, like, -7 right now. I'm just saying.
Wrong about the game other than the post-game being a massive downgrade from the Johto games. But there's nothing that's horrendous about the game, too. So it goes on C tier. And anything below Ruby and Sapphire is a bad Pokemon game. Anything above is a good Pokemon game. Get it?
I think you put.
Do you agree with that tier? I actually do. I do think it's an average game. Like
what, Fire Leaf Green or Ruby Sapphire?
Ruby and Sapphire. C tier, I think it's
his Ruby Sapphire take is fair. It's fair. Fire Leaf Green, I think he's going to put this in C as well. I think he's going to do that.
Really?
What do you think? What do you think he's going to put it? I'm guessing. I'm in his brain. I'm in his brain. He's going to be like, it's just Kanto again. He's going to be one of those.
I think he's going to put it on B tier.
Nah.
These games were my first Nintendo games ever.
Wow.
It was also my first
B might be right. Hang on.
Pokemon games. Despite the big nostalgia I have for Fire Red and Leaf Green, I'm gonna
hang on.
to put it on C tier.
Yeah! He's a nostalgia Grinch. He's a nostalgia Grinch, baby. Yes! Fucking knew it. I knew it, gamers. I knew it. Honey, I knew it. Where's my prize? It's great.
Yeah. Why though? These are great remakes.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
And I almost put this game in D tier, actually.
What?
Hang on. Let him cook. Let him cook, honey.
And the problem is, it's way too damn faithful to the original Pokemon Red and Green. There's just too many dumb, faithful things about it that makes me think it aged poorly.
Like what?
Like the fact that all the trainers except the gym leaders and champions use one trainer theme.
So? Point number one, I'm going to give you an L for that. I don't care. The gym theme is great anyway. Why wouldn't they reuse it? What did you expect it to do? To compose a new theme? No, it's the gym theme. What's the next one?
The fact that they soft locked the national decks of the post game so you can't use new evolutions like Crobat, it's so dumb.
I will admit that was a little dumb, especially since Heart Gold Soul Silver lets you use new Evos in the regional decks. I will agree that was a little dumb.
Also, the story and dialogue of every NPC is almost beat by beat the exact same.
Dumbass, it's a remake. What did you expect? Did you expect Giovanni to be like, we're conducting a vital business. We're about to scam someone we're about to use Indian scammers to take grandma's credit card. Oh, don't stop us now. What did you mean? What do you mean? You're crazy. You're crazy. You're 1 for 3. I do think not being able to get Crobat or Steelix until the post game is a little dumb.
It was kind of annoying because I remember one of my playthroughs, I had to go back, and I didn't realize
that you couldn't evolve to Crobat.
It won. So I was like, I was about to go to the I was training Victory Road, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it keeps saying huh? Like, what?
Yeah, that's the worst part. It tries to evolve but can't. It's like, no, my evolution hasn't been invented yet. No, you can't do it. It's like, stupid. It's actually stupid.
Golbat is trying to love me based on a friendship, and it just can't. I'm just like,
that is pretty stupid.
I'm literally friend zone my poor Golbat, being like, nah, man, we ain't that close. Don't evolve.
It's like, hey, what did you expect? Like, it's too late, Red. I'm using cryptocurrency. The music is fine. What are we talking about here? And it's a remake. Yes, I'm expecting the dialogue to be the same. Oh man, you're not bringing your best, brother. You're not bringing your best.
And despite it being Gen 3, it feels very dated. The only thing that saved this game, in my opinion, and put it in the average tier is the post-game. The Sevi Islands are quite interesting, and visually the game's clean aesthetic and UI is really nice to look at. But
I'd put it low B, personally. Low B-ish, maybe.
I think remakes, I think this is probably one of the best remakes Pokemon has done.
It's just really solid. Again, if they remove that whole can't evolve old Pokemon into the new ones crap, it'd be cool. It'd actually be a really solid Gen 3 remake. It's really good. That's the only thing. Cast form 4. Hang on 1 second. You go.
How dare you? D for dare. How dare you?
Exactly. The cast forms give me 5 Canuck bucks. We love Canuck bucks, don't we, honey? I love Canuck bucks. They're my favorite currency. To be fair, a remake could enhance a story with new lines. Imagine we never got the Celebi event in HGSs. That is true. But considering this was the first remake, I'm not giving it too much faults for that. I guess in retrospect, it does come across a little lame. But that's interesting you say that when, he didn't. When he says it's the same story, I'm like, what did you expect them to add? Is there something new to fundamentally to the Kanto story that they could have added? I wouldn't say so. I think the story being relatively the same is fine. Again, they left the new stuff to the post game, if anything, so it makes the standard thing just fine. And also, Pastor P is he's farming. He's not even adding any dono, baby. He just gave me 5 Canuck bucks twice without any fucking message. He's farming. Honey, he's farming, honey.
Oh, does that mean that we can make up the messages because he donated? We can say anything and pretend that.
Okay. What do you think he said? Pastor P with the 5 Canadian. What did he say, honey?
Oh,
come on, honey. Make something up. Anything. You literally came up with the bit. Make something up.
You put me on the spot here. Oh my god. Okay, he said, D tier. I don't have anything, babe. I'm not funny. All right, I can't be funny on the spot.
You wanted to do the bit.
You funny on the spot. You made me nervous.
Improv isn't our best skill, guys. Thank you, though, Pastor P. Thank you, Pastor P, for the 5 Canadian. Waluigi for Smash. Do you know what? Because you gave me 5, I agree. Waluigi for Smash. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Let's continue.
rusty. I'm sorry, guys.
Emerald is 100% going in A or S. It's the question is it A or S, honey? What do you think?
I'm gonna say
A.
For him, it's A.
I'm gonna say A. No, I think he wants to put it in S, but he's gonna be like,
that's reserved for like the best.
Literally, he's gonna say that. Literally, you got me word for word. Also, was it? Yeah, CJ Adams did give something as well. CJ, thank you so much, brother. I missed your donor. My apologies. Pokemon takes continuing to be insane. It seems like every Pokemon video we watch is like destined to just be insane people. It really is. And Benjamin Mage, how many Canadians do I fucking have? Good lord, what is happening here? Us Canadians are built different, evidently, huh? Your fucking Prime Minister quit. That's still the funniest thing. But Trudeau was just like, I'm gone, okay? Why is that Subspace Emissary boss on the box? Get out of here. I forgot that Rayquaza was a boss in Subspace Emissary. That was a cool fight. I actually really like that fight. What does he put it? Let's find out.
We're finally at my personal favorite Pokemon game, guys, but I'm here trying to judge the game by objective quality as much as possible, so I'm not going to put it on S tier. However, I'll put it on A tier because it's the first real quality Pokemon game.
Yes,
the story was upgraded so much to Ruby and Sapphire by having both Teeth Magma and Aqua, Groudon and Kyogre.
And yet you won't mention how Crystal upgraded the story of Gold and Silver. I don't know. Giramed. I think you're old. I think you're old and bad and balding. I think that's what you are.
The first Pokemon game that had a cinematic quality to it. It's the first Pokemon game where it felt like legendary Pokemon felt like actual gods. It's also the first Pokemon game that introduced post-game content that can enjoy for hundreds of hours, called the Battlefront here. The difficulty was also raised.
I like the Battlefront too. What are you gonna say?
Like, when he said like the Pokemon game felt like they're actual gods, did we not have like a whole clan worshiping in like Gen 2? Like a whole like worshiping the mythical, I feel, because people thought like, oh, they're fucking crazy, you know.
In all fairness, I know what you mean, but in all fairness, they didn't really emphasize the story in those games. You know what I mean? Like they just didn't. Like you could play the entirety of. Hang on, you could play the entirety of Gold and Silver without knowing the story. Like you can. That's the difference, I think.
Like it's still, I mean, they do have a bit of a little cut, like not as depth as like, you know, a thing, but they do have cut scenes of like them, you know.
Gold
like,
and Silver? I don't think they have any, honey. There's literally none. In Crystal, they have like a little bit. But like in Gold and Silver, there's literally nothing in Gold and Silver. No, I don't think so.
So they said that the first actual cutscene, when, you know.
What was that?
It was there when they have like little animations and stuff. That's still technically a cutscene when you're not moving and like, you know, the Pokemon run around and stuff. That's still technically a cutscene.
I don't know. I think you're being pedantic, honey. I think, you know what, Giramed is right and you're wrong. How about that? He's right.
The guy who's mad about not having a battle tower.
I don't want to talk to you, okay? Pastor P just gave me more 5. Okay, he really wants to see DKCR. Fuck, I'm gonna have to buy that game, aren't I? I have to go outside my house, guys. I have to go outside my house and buy a video game. What the hell, man?
A server to make it for fun. The game just looks beautiful and runs beautifully. I think the only thing that holding it back is the data generatory mechanics, like no special physical spit or shitty move pools with Pokemon or something. And all the...
I'm actually, bruv, I don't blame him for this because like this is a general take that a lot of people tend to have when it comes to old Pokemon. I love that old Pokemon games. Like I think Gen 4 started to get better with it. Gen 5 was I would say it was fixed, if you could say fixed. But like Gen 1 to 3 having shit move pools was just really funny to me. I just think it's really funny. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's charming. I'm gonna say the C word. I think it's charming. Now, are there some instances where it's like genuinely unforgivable? Like the fact that Donphan doesn't learn the only ground type move that I will ever learn in Earthquake until level 48. Yeah, that's a bit crazy. There's some instances where it's like actually crazy, but it makes the TMs like really fucking mean something. All right, when you get that when you get TM 28, you're like, fuck. Who am I teaching this bitch to? Okay, fuck. And also, secondly, I think the move pools being shit is accounted for in the difficulty. Have you ever played like a ROM hack of an older Pokemon game where they give you infinite use TMs and it's fucking like dog shit easier than most Pokemon games are? Because yeah, they kind of expect your move pools to be a bit like not as good. To like kind of like that, the difficulty is adjusted that way. Does that make sense? So I kind of like it. I'm just saying, I kind of like it. I kind of like the TMs. The move pool's being whack in the older games. I think it's really charming, and it makes you use moves that it makes you like experiment with the TMs. You know, I think so. I kind of like it. Yeah, I'm just saying. It's my hot take. I get it, but it's funny. I like it. Move pools were so shit in Gen. They were shit. I think they're funny though. Okay, Gligar is like probably the best example in like Gen fucking 2. Good lord, some of the Pokemon were done like extremely dirty. I will admit. Some of them were like unforgivably bad. But like, I think you could probably find me some, but like, I still think it's charming. Okay, I still think it's charming. I still think so. It also shows that you really like your Pokemon if it's low tier garbage, but you keep it on your team because they're the one of your Scrimblows. I'd rather that than have paced out strength for low web. Yeah, it's true. You're right. Yeah, exactly. You're right. No one wants to admit that a lot of the difficulty lost in Pokemon game was just quality of life improvements. True. Cast form with the fucking hot take. Is that crazy on it? What do you think of my crazy take on it? What do you think?
You mean I can't run Peck on my Blaziken for all the time for coverage?
Bruv, Peck Blaziken actually goes so hard, bruv. Actually, like, great. I love Peck Blaziken. It was my favorite thing ever. Listen, you hitting that Gyurem? Swivel on it, mate. Peck Blaziken for the win, brother. Mirror move Blaziken against Drake and then mirror moving his fly so you win the matchup. Actually 10-10 interaction. Get out of here, nerd.
Balancing stuff. Still, it's a very good Pokemon game, and A tier.
Okay, this is obviously going to go in like the bottom of the bottom tier. Obviously, right? I think this is just facts, right? Facts, right, honey?
This is probably what. Oh man, I think Diamond and Pearl is maybe like really good Pokemon too.
No, I love these games when they were out, but like you are never playing Diamond and Pearl. You are never playing Diamond and Pearl in the modern day.
Unless you weren't lucky enough to your parents weren't lucky enough, you know, like grab you platinum.
Yeah, maybe. I have base takes all day. You certainly do. More Canuck Bucks, too many of you guys. I'm telling you. See, Dark and Ice were both special. Sneeze were 35 specials. That's just kind of... Listen, Absol with Swords Dance and Shadow Ball because he doesn't get a good Dark Stab. Mask Kami, don't tell me that's not funny. Don't tell me that's not funny, at least. It gives the older games a little bit of charm that the modern games do. Because, yeah, we expect Pokemon to have, like, good move pools now. Do you know what I mean? We expect that, and it's fair, and it's good. I like that. So going to an older gen where, like, literally these moves were, like, Squidward, spare change. Like, you have to get your Donphan to a level that I don't even think is possible to reach until the post-game. At least not, like, unless you're grinding horribly in, like, GSC. It's really funny. I don't know. It's just really funny to me. But either way, let's continue.
Alas, we're finally at the first Pokemon games that I do not like. Actually, I'm kind of sorry to you Sinnoh fans, but I actually kind of hate this game. I'm putting this in the fail tier. Why?
Fail, you suck.
Well, it's obvious. It's the only Pokemon game that is physically painful to play.
I think we could just skip ahead. I think we agree with him here. It's just
so slow.
We agree.
So
hang on.
Everything else in the game stuck.
I wouldn't skip, but I'm just like, I know he's gonna, bruv, do you know what? I actually trust him to say something whack, baby. He's gonna say something whack. I know. Call it a hunch, honey. Do you believe in my hunch, or should I skip?
No, we can see. I'm curious.
I got a hunch. I got a hunch that he's gonna say something like diabolical. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the content. Goosebumps are hitting me.
Why? Well, it's obvious. It's the only Pokemon game that is physically painful to play. The game is so slow. Not just the battle animation or HP bars, but everything else in the game stutters. This is the only pre-Gen 6 game that felt like a beta incomplete game. Everything is a downgrade from Generation 3 and Emeralds especially. Cyrus is a terrible character. Leonard...
Okay, in all fairness, if he means compared to Platinum, because yeah, in Platinum they didn't really write him that well, I would say. So if he... Okay, this take is wild if he also says Cyrus is bad in Platinum. Because I will say they actually wrote a lot of extra dialogue in Platinum for him that he didn't get in Diamond and Pearl. So fair. We have to find. We have to find out if he says something good in Platinum. We have to find out. That's like.
I'll hold my tongue.
We'll hold that. We'll see what he says later.
Yeah. Pokemon that sits on his ass and do nothing. All the characters, including gym leaders, are boring. Cynthia is a basic boring bitch. This...
Oh my lord! And again, can we hold that one? Maybe in Platinum.
Holding it.
Maybe because like in Platinum she gets a lot more characterization. I would say. Maybe.
Okay.
This game is just annoying to play. Hypnosis accuracy was raised to 70 just for this game.
Not hypnosis accuracy 70%? No way! Of all the things to mention, not the hypnosis accuracy.
I swear every galactic grunt has a Golbat that knows confuse rate. Everything about it was designed to slow you down. Worst part of the game is of course the 151 dex, so little Pokemon to choose from and NPCs to use. It's nonsensical to keep new popular Sinnoh evolutions for the post-game. Only redeeming thing about the game is the map design of Sinnoh and the physical special split. That's it. This game deserves to be in the F tier.
Okay, now it all comes back around full circle. Let's see what he says. Go on.
For me, personally, I would consider Platinum an S game.
I would also put an S.
So, like, from our things, an S tier, okay?
Is he going to put it in AOS? Is he going to put it in AOS, though, babe? What do you think?
How much he shit on, unless he did a complete turnaround, he's like, down press, like, however, this is completely different. I don't think he's going to do that.
I think A. I don't think he's going to do S. I think he's going to do A.
I was going to B.
Ooh, okay.
For the next game, Pokemon Platinum is excellent.
Hey, didn't put it in there. Okay.
Material. Every problem from Diamond and Pearl is fixed. It's the textbook definition of an excellent third Pokemon game. The story is fixed. They actually made Cyrus an interesting villain.
Hey, I told you hold. I told you hold. I did tell you, honey. I did tell you hold. I did tell you.
Fair enough.
They actually made the game cinematic like Emerald again. They expanded the Sinnoh deck so the game is less repetitive and interesting. They also added new features like the Battle Frontier. There's really no reason to play Diamond and Pearl when Platinum exists. There's just so much stuff to do. Platinum opened the golden age of Pokemon in my opinion. I almost put it on S tier, but only reason I put it on A tier is that it lasts slightly compared to the S tier games I'm going to introduce next.
Ooh, interesting to say that. Interesting.
That is of course...
Oh my god, he is a hard gold, soul silver. I knew it. I did tell you on it. I fucking told you, this old fuck. Oh, hard gold, soul silver. My father bought it for me when I was a kid. My father. Oh my god, he's old. Go on.
There's no one I would rank. I love Heart Gold and Soul Silver, by the way. Like, I love these games. I don't think it's an S tier. I think Platinum is better. Like, I love these games, I do, but like, I do think
so
it still suffers from too, as like we all agree, like
I'm being painted by gravity as a hater. I don't hate these games. They're just not S anymore. Listen, I played them relatively recently. They're incredible remakes. That level distribution, Pokemon distribution, that level curve are fucking horrible. Okay, they're horrible. I'm telling you, they're horrible. Hang on. I'm gonna make another bold on my mother's life. If I get this prediction, I'm gifting 5 memberships to the channel. I'm not gonna say frame 1, but like within his first 3 points, following Pokemon. Every motherfucker who glazes this game, your Pokemon can follow you. Pokemon follow me. I love it when the Pokemon follow me. It's like actually the most overrated mechanic in all of Pokemon. I'm not even joking when I say that. I know what you think, honey, but it's actually so overrated. It's unreal. I do not give a shit if my Pokemon follow me. Okay, fuck you.
I do. I want my Pokemon follow me.
Overrated. Okay.
No, I do. I want my Pokemon to follow me because I feel like we're journeying together.
Yeah, we are journeying together. In my bag.
Games are taking part of that and making your Pokemon follow you. You can have them follow you. I like that. So I don't think that's a bad point, but I'm just gonna see what he says before because I know he's gonna put this in S.
Listen, in the Pokemon,
but I will keep in mind that the only reason why he put like what? What was the reason why he put like
the only reason he didn't put Platinum because the other ones are better, basically. That's all it was.
Okay, so basically a near perfect game with very no glaring issues. You still have kind of the fire problem, to be honest. But, like, so this one has the level curve, which you can feel it, but I think that's like 1 to put that over like Gen 4 Platinum, who did a better job at level, curving, and I love Heart Gold System. I love that, I used to walk my I made my mom...
Okay, the Pokewalk is different, okay? Walking with the Pokewalk is actually, like, so much fun, okay? I love the Pokewalker.
only reason why my mom got me this game was because I said if you got me the one with the Pokewalker, and I would go on walks with you, and I fucking kept my word to that.
Yeah, I did. I used to rack up so many watts. I usually used to leave it in my school bag. I fucking love it. Okay, the Pokewalker is like easily the best thing they've ever done, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. Okay, but following Pokemon in the game are actually like the most overrated thing on planet Earth. I'm not even joking.
I really like it. I think it's a really good feature that they should have kept in other games, but
well, they have it in Gen 9, so Lottie fucking da.
I know, and in certain post games like Sword and Shield you can as well, but I think that they should have done that like in every other game afterwards. Like one of the mechanic they should have kept. You know, like
I got called a Grinch, so I'm like crying right now.
I do wish they, especially like Gen 5 when they talk about partner Pokemon, how like people in Pokemon, they should have kept that. Like you had or at least your partner Pokemon out, like in Yellow. Like they should have like it was like a big part of the story, but I digress.
Which game are we talking about? Which game is a big part of the story? Hang on, sorry.
For like walking with Pokemon, like when Gen 5, when it was all about like your
Gen
bond
5, yeah,
Pokemon,
your bond with Pokemon, yeah, okay, I get you.
I feel like they should have definitely kept that in the next generation, or at least with your starter Pokemon, like they did with like in Yellow.
That's why Black and White was better, because you know following Pokemon, no dumb little Pokemon. Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, it's like I just think that the mechanics, I do agree, is something that they should have kept. And I can understand why people, because it's a great like add-on. Like why wouldn't you? You know, you did the perfect thing. Why wouldn't you keep it?
Also, yeah, just a reminder that the Team Rocket segments in this game also fucking suck ass as well. They're just shit and boring and shit and boring. Mostly when his infant child follows him, get in the back. Listen, I knew this was going to be an unpopular take, okay? But I am right and you guys are wrong. This is the objective live stream, okay? I am correct, you are wrong. Let's continue. Let's see what he says. Okay, now just to clarify, one of his first 3 points has to be the following Pokemon, and I'll gift 5 memberships, okay? I'm getting the music ready. I'm getting my like gambling music ready because I know he's gonna. I just fucking know he's gonna say it. I'm getting it ready. I'm getting it fucking ready. All right, let's go.
The best Pokemon game remix, hands down. It goes on S tier. Yeah, I know this game has a terrible learning curve.
Yes.
Yeah, I know the wild Pokemon distribution is bad.
And you're still gonna put it in S. Crazy work, Gurum Red. Crazy.
Well, if you get over that, it's very difficult to find.
If I get over that, what if I get over your mum, huh? What about that?
What's in this game?
So
visually, it's my.
Go on. What you say?
The level distribution is bad. The amount of Pokemon you can get in the wild before like post game and stuff is bad. Still beats every other game though. It's kind of crazy to me.
Sammy Sailor gives 5. Thank you so much for another 5. Everyone yapping about the following Pokemon, but barely the Tamagotchi that's intentionally your pet. Exactly. I bet everyone's Tamagotchi's dead. You go, following Pokemon. I bet your Tamagotchi's all dead. I bet your Pokewalker Pokemon have been stuck there for years. Hypocrites. Check your Pokewalker gear, Red. I bet there's a Pokemon in there that's stuck. Hypocrite.
My favorite Pokemon game. The following Pokemon gives every Pokemon a lot of character.
He literally fuck my life, man. Oh, did you hear that, honey? He literally said it. Frame fucking 1.
Wow, Pokemon distribution. Favorite Pokemon game. The following Pokemon gives every Pokemon a lot of character.
Yeah. Fucking your face cam gives you a lot of character.
Like I do agree with them. It gives them character. So.
All right, hold your horses, honey, because I have to do my gambling segment. Gamers, courtesy of Gurum Reds, saying the following Pokemon Frame 1. We have for you tonight another 5 gifted memberships. So let's see who wins the gambling today. 5 gambling memberships have been announced in the channel. Garden, Percy Productions, Isadora, Game Over, Leader, and finally DS is I. Come on down and accept your mostly gifted subs, videos early, and some exclusive videos for you. That's all from us here today, gamers. And until next gambling session, sayonara. Can't believe you do this to me, honey. I'm spending money when I'm supposed to be earning money. Can you believe this shit? Unbelievable. Don't do this to me again, Guillaume, okay?
The music and culture of Johto is excellent. They weren't lying when they said this game will be filled with heart and soul. Har har har. It's a Pokemon game where you can feel the passion from the devs. Also, the fact that there's 2 regions and 60 gyms is almost unfair to other games. They did a good job making Johto and Kanto feel different. And lastly, they weren't actually faithful like the previous remake. They added in missing features like the Safari Zone, new features like the Pokeathlon, new areas. Moreover, Kanto in the original Gen 2 games was kind of bad due to the file size limits, but they actually fixed it by resurrecting Cerulean Cave and making Blaine's Gym a real gym. Just an excellent video game in general, one of the best games on the DS, but played gladly any day.
Listen, you know, again, all of the things that you liked about it were good, but the level curve and the distribution, brother, you can mention all of the things. You can mention like all of the things that are good about it, but if all I can use is like 9 Pokemon. Where's the source? Where's the lamb source? Okay? What's the point of having 2 regions to explore? Heart and soul. If by the time I get to, Gym 5, all the Pokemon for some fucking reason are still level 15 when I'm level 30. Explain that. It's not just that the distribution is bad. It's by the time I get to price, I'm level 30. And yet if I find a giraffe rig in the grass, he's level 15 for some reason. Do you want to justify that, Red? It's not just the distribution is bad. The fucking levels are atrocious. You didn't mention Team Rocket? It's an A-tier game. Fuck you, Boomer. It's an A-tier game. Thank you, Matthew Smart, for the 5. 1 second on it. This is for the Donkey Kong clan. If only Diddy Kong followed you instead of riding your back, then the game would be S-tier. True! Anyway, what are you going to say, honey?
This next one, black and white, right?
Mm-hmm.
This, for me, depending on how you view these games, you're a red flag or a green flag in my eyes.
Is that how it is, yeah?
Yes. You're objectively, if you place these games as shit tier, I know exactly the type of person you are, and I do not want to hang out with you.
Is he gonna...
a good tier, you have good taste.
I will say that, like, Black and White is probably aged a bit more than Black 2, White 2, simply because I think Black 2, White 2 relies a bit more on the story. So if you've experienced the story before and you've enjoyed that, you're not going to get as much of it at a replay as you would Black 2, White 2. At least with Black 2, White 2, the story is not as emphasized as much as it is in Black, White 1, but also you have more Pokemon to play around with. You have like different areas to explore, do you know what I mean? So like Black 2, White 2 works better on a replay, but I think Black and White was probably like the game I had like more peak enjoyment with the first time. Does that make sense? So I think Black and White is probably aged a little poorly because it's emphasis on story as opposed to what Pokemon is best at, which is just throwing you in there, you know? I do like the decision to throw all new Pokemon in there. I think that was brave of Black and White. It does make it, again, it's one of those things that make it age a bit because it's harder to go on to a replay. But I would say it depends. Is Red going to go, the story was really good, I'm going to put this in A or S tier, or is he going to go, the game yaps at you too much, B tier? What's he going to say, honey? What do you think?
I think he's going to put it in C tier.
Interesting. Pastor P again. But sorry, just Pastor P's. Honey, what's he doing? What's Pastor P doing? Can you explain? Can you explain what Pastor P's doing, honey?
Is he the one that wanted to play that?
And then we hear the goal. Yeah, we hear the goal. Well done, guys. In his first stream, Pastor P was like, do you know what? I want Sir Moresty to play Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. So guess what, gamers? Guess what we're going to do on Saturday? Way. We hit the goal even more. We have 11. I'm going to apologize for suggesting this video. Don't apologize. I'm having a lot of fun. Are you having fun, honey?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst so far. Like,
it's like, listen, we survived Lily Orchard, okay? We've seen the worst that ever will exist, okay? So don't worry about that. But we're gonna play on Saturday, guys, okay? I'm gonna buy it tomorrow. We'll stream it Saturday, okay? I don't know if we'll do the whole thing on one day. We'll probably do it over 2, but we'll play it. Okay, gamers, thank you so much for hitting the goal. Your reward is... I could just start another goal immediately. Fuck you, I'm not doing that. All right, let's go.
I know I did a pretty long video nitpicking this game, so you might think I hate this game, but no, I don't hate this game.
B tier, okay.
All right.
It's a solid B tier game. I just have some very minor gripes about the game compared to Platinum and Hardcore and Soul Silver. Like, visually, I like the Gen 4 games more. There are more missing features from Gen 4 that bugged me, like the lack of Battle Frontier or minor things such as bike physics. I also did not like having only 151 Unova Pokemon before the post-game.
Boo! He's old, gamers, he's old. He's old and boring. Boring.
I think I was younger than some of the other Pokemon fans who complained about not having like the original ones, right? Because this by the time where I just had like internet like access to, you know, so like more. So like I watch like when people play, I'm like, I personally did not give two flying like feathers that I could not have Pikachu on my team. I
didn't care.
Loved that.
I loved it.
I wanted to go and like get new Pokemon.
It's so sad that they will never do this again. I'm like, it's genuinely upsetting that they will never do this again. I'm just like, fuck.
I didn't even know that like there was such backlash because like I didn't have a lot of friends that played Pokemon, but the few I did that are my age, who were young, like younger, like audience, loved it. So I definitely think it was like the different. And by the way, I have my favorite Pokemon back then too. Did not care that I could play like I wanted Pokemon.
You're one of the cool ones, honey, that's why. You're one of the cool ones. And
when
also,
I saw the older audience who was upset.
Yeah, I don't, just to flash you guys back. If you guys probably weren't around, but yeah, when Gen 5 was initially announced, it was not that as liked. It was still liked, obviously, it's Pokemon, but it was not as liked as like the older ones, simply because of its decision to do 156 new Pokemon and no old Pokemon. It was a decision that was really like divisive, or divisive, should I say, at the time. It really, really was. And I think its legacy was a little tarnished. I mean, I think its opinions at the time has been tarnished. I think its legacy is a lot better. I think a lot of people have realized, holy shit, this was fucking dope. But like I said, I do think it makes for slightly worse replays. I think I'd rather replay Black 2 White 2 because it's got more Pokemon distribution. But yeah, it was a strange war to be a part of, you know? It was a strange war. You were actively on the internet. You were looking from the sidelines. I was part of the war. I was part of literally, imagine me, chat. Every single time that someone was like, they made an ice cream Pokemon, they're running out of ideas, I would literally repost an image of fucking Magneton, Dodrio and Dugtrio and be like, oh, do you mean the gen where it's just let's make 3 of a thing? Wow, so creative. Wow. I was in the trenches. I was actually in the trenches. If you guys have not seen me, in war. You've met post-war veteran Sir Moresty. I was in the trenches at this time defending Gen 5. I really was. In all fairness, I did switch sides. I was originally a Gen 1er. I did switch teams though. I did switch teams.
I know it was a risk by game.
You were a Gen 1er?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Oh, ew.
Not for that long though. Not for that long though. But I did switch sides when I realized I was wrong. Okay, I changed my mind.
God, I can't believe that. That's a nasty. Don't ever say that. That's a nasty side of you. Don't ever say that to people you meet. All right, I don't want them to know about that past of yours.
I was original 151 or bust. Original 151.
But it felt like just an arbitrary limitation for me. But still, the game actually tried to have a compelling story and had the best climactic ending in the series up to that point. I have to give props to the game devs for that. So, B tier, it's a good Pokemon game, okay?
This is easy S. This is going to be this is the easiest S on planet Earth. It really is.
The first sequel Pokemon games. I believe in the review video title, I named it the best Pokemon games. I still stand by that point. It goes on S tier easily, the best Pokemon games. Black and White 2 is so good, the only problems about it are so minor compared to everything else. Yeah, the story's a bit meh, but it fixed a lot of problems with the first Black and White, and best of all, there's just so much stuff to do. Unova in this game actually the size of 2 regions. 100% completing this game is actually on my bucket list. Before I die, I want to complete Pokestar Studios, beat White.
Already done it.
Tree Hollow.
Already done it.
Pokemon World Tournament.
Already done it.
Complete the National Dex on one save one day.
Already done it. Have you explored the Undella Ruins? Already done it. Completed, mate. Completed,
I think it's the only Pokemon game that you can put 1,000 hours into. Bottom line, this game has almost too much content. It's the prime example of they didn't have to, but they did. But modern Pokemon games, it's they had to, but they didn't.
Oh, modern Pokemon. I forgot this is 2023, isn't it? The peak of Pokemon bad. Easy F tier, right? Easy F tier. Now, just to go back, I don't think they're F tier anymore. I think they're D tier. Character development. He's going to put this in F. Easy F, 100%. Remember, honey, he's old.
Man, maybe I'm just... You know what this makes me realize?
What does this make you realize?
No, maybe I'm just... Maybe I literally am just a fucking big Pokemon fan that plays every single game, no matter what.
Yeah, you're just a fanboy. See, you're just a fanboy, honey. Fangirl.
I fun playing this game. This is the first game I've actually started to like nickname my Pokemon. It was Gen 6. And I'm like, you don't understand how happy I got this for like Christmas.
Oh, the classic! I got this for Christmas. My mother got me for Christmas.
Oh, it's not that because I got it's either my birthday or Christmas. All the other games, right? I remember like I got my little Fennekin. I didn't have to soft reset it because I got the girl that I wanted the first try. And I'm like, oh, Destiny. If you scroll on Instagram, I don't know if I deleted it because it was kind of cringy, but like.
Can't believe you. I can't believe you enjoy a Pokemon game I hate. This is unreal, honey. This is cringe.
I really like these games, but it was super easy. It was like wicked easy.
Way too easy. Way too easy. Way too boring. Way too boring.
The level ones was a bit, and I didn't really understand Lasan. I didn't really like
Lysander, Mr. Things have to stay beautiful, and if you're not gonna let me be beautiful, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not joking neither. I'm literally not joking. I wish I was joking, chat.
I don't understand why he wanted to like. At least with Cyrus, I'm like, okay, he wants to create a new world, but like a literally different world, and him like be the leader of it. It failed miserably on his end, but I'm like, this one is just like, I'm gonna kill us all. Like, why would you do that?
I want the world to be beautiful, but I want the world to be beautiful, honey. Beautiful, no.
I want to kill it all, and like for a story, and I just thought the story could be better, especially when you have a Pokemon that brings death and a Pokemon that brings life. I feel like it could have been like a whole different situation. They're like, I'm gonna kill everyone regardless and rebirth a new world without me in it. Are you stupid? I didn't like that part. So like the story wise, I actually really like Diantha. I really like her as a character. I don't think she's boring. I think she's pretty cool. So
it's a shame she was in the wrong game.
Yeah.
What do you think he's gonna put on him?
He's not gonna like it.
F tier. Come on, Gyaramed, come on. Come on. F tier, my goat.
I did an hour-long video retrospective of this game, and you know that I don't hate the game. Yeah, it's very frustrating of how obvious the game is incomplete.
Dude, no! You were supposed to with me, we're old! No! What the fuck?
This game at the start of the downfall of Pokemon, but I think this game still had a lot of passion made into it by the game devs. The close of XY is still the best in the series. The game actually looks beautiful for the system it was on. The 3D Pokemon actually looked good for the time and blew my mind away. It's the game that made me buy a Nintendo 3DS, and I have to give credit to that. Still, this game still lacks a lot of stuff compared to Golden Age Pokemon games, so I'm putting it on C.
I'm gonna fucking have a goat. I'm gonna fucking have a goat and a cow in a minute. C tier. This shares a tier with Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm re-disliking the video. The West has fallen. Look at the graph.
Crazy, because the much of like I saw the games, like I didn't like I like Shauna was okay. The rest of the rivals did not like. Or like your friend one. Not the fact that they were all friends with you. I actually like friendly rivals. At least Hop is interesting and he's a friendly rival. These guys were fucking boring. Like I like friendly rivals. Like obviously it reminds me of like, hey, like when I'm in a friend group, this is probably what we would do. But like besides Shauna, I don't think you get time with really any of them, and I don't like them. I don't like the story that much.
Story sucks.
Yeah. The post game
sucks.
I'd actually do it, so like I didn't even know there was a Looker event.
The Friend Safari was actually quite fun, and the Looker side plot is it's okay.
Until you mentioned it, like what? Yeah. I'm like what?
You didn't even know there was a side. And this is your go? This is your gen?
I didn't say this is my gen. I said I enjoyed playing the games for what it was. But I can still criticize a game and realize that like. At that time, I had fun because it's a new Pokemon game, but it doesn't mean I have to fully enjoy it. I like the Megas. I love the Mega concept. I really like the not the tower, but the place you rebattle, like the mansion. I love that place.
That was a decently fun place. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I used to like always did that. It's one of the first ones where I started to actually start shiny hunting. So it was pretty fun. So So, given the aspect of that, I would probably put in D tier.
But have you considered this, honey? Have you considered this video?
Hey, it's nice to meet you.
This world is imperfect.
What?
If only I could wipe away the impurities.
Is anybody else listening to
and
this?
make it as beautiful as me.
Lysandaroth, you were behind all this?
Yes, it was I. My machinations lay undetected for years. For I'm a master of deception.
Yeah, that's basically the X and Y story plot, by the way, if you guys are curious.
Like, it's so funny because, like, literally, the anime just retcons the games when they mention him and make him look like, oh shit, this isn't actually like, alright, he just wants to take over the world like everyone else and use Mega to do a force. Why don't they just do that in the games? Why don't they could have like Megas and like how, you know, why don't they make like he wants? Yeah,
life is complicated, honey. Sometimes we don't get all the stuff we want. That's how we go.
It's average. If they actually made a Pokemon Z and fixed the problems, if they added in a lot of content like Platinum, it could have easily been an S or A tier game, but it isn't. It's so goddamn frustrating. Ugh.
You Zoomers could have had your Pokemon Z, but you didn't. How does it feel, Zoomers? C tier.
Really?
C tier.
Oh, for him.
No, okay, no, for me, C tier.
Really?
I'm a hands are up. Okay, I'm a hater.
Like, do you actually that bad just because they don't have a post-game battle tower they never added?
For me, it's just like I'd rather just play Emerald. The fact that there's another game I'd rather play just makes it fucking lame. I'd rather just play Emerald. There's less yapping and I can just get straight to the point of the fucking game.
Oh my god, that was the most Willy Orchard statement I've ever heard.
Okay, listen, if I'm playing... No, hang on. Stop. No, stop everything. Stop everything. If I'm playing a Pokemon game, if I'm... No, hang on. Stop. Jay, I'm going to fucking crash out. On my mother's life, I'm going to crash out. If I'm going to replay a Pokemon game, I don't give a shit about the story anymore. I want to play the fucking Pokemon catching thing. So if there's a game that's like, hey, you can go through Hoenn with minimal yapping, you go through Hoenn with moderate yapping, which yap am I going to take? You answer that question for me.
For a game that brings a new shiny hunting method, which is like,
I don't give a shit about shiny hunting if I'm replaying a Pokemon game, honey. I don't care.
Shut up, because I'm speaking now.
Okay, go on, speak.
Two, it makes the post game really fucking fun. All right, the whole sequence of like Quasar and then finding Deoxys that you couldn't even get in Emerald, by the way, because people didn't have it. Do not interrupt me. And then 3, what you can size through for Megas are in this game now, new Mega ones. Then you can fly in the air to anything on a Mega Latias or Latios and have different dimensions from Hoopa Rings that you can fight the Pokemon with the original soundtrack and some remixes is crazy. But you think it's bad because they don't have a battle tower. The graphics are much better. Like Steven's like as a meta gross in the game. Like, and you're just gonna sit here and tell me that on replayability ones that Emerald is better than Omega Ruby and Sapphire just because they don't have a battle tower.
It's not the only reason, but are you done? I don't want to interrupt you.
Then what's your reasons?
Okay, let's go point by point. Megas, don't give a shit. I'm never using Megas in a regular story. It makes the game too broken, okay? Soundtrack-wise, I think both of them are about as good as each other, so I'm not missing out on anything. The only tracks where I feel like I'm actively missing out by not listening to the ORAS version is Fortree City and Route 120. Everything else in the soundtrack, I would put on the same level as Emerald. Fine, right? Zinnia's story, actually good. I will give you that. Rather play the Battle Frontier. Everything else, the extra characterization, it's nice. I like Wally. He's way better in fucking ORAS than he's in Emerald. I'm not playing it for Wally, okay? I'm playing it to replay a Pokemon game, okay? So if I'm replaying a Pokemon game, it's Emerald, okay? It's Emerald. That's what I'm saying. You're wrong. You're just wrong and skibbity.
For like a remake, they added so much more content.
Okay, hang on, sorry. And also, just to clarify, soaring in the sky, don't give a shit. I'd rather just fly. All the extra Pokemon that they added, don't care. I have them all in home anyway. Why would I want to recatch them? I'd rather just play Emerald.
Your points are so stupid.
No, they're fine. What do you mean? What do you want me to say? To me?
I'd rather animation of a fucking black little bird that's not even Pokemon.
Yes.
You put your hand there, then you actually playing a mechanic in the game that is fun.
Okay,
to like go around.
Is it kind of cool to fly on letters? Yes. Just put the fucking fly in the bag, little bro. I just want to fly to a fucking city. All right.
You can do that. I'm pretty sure. Can't you just like do a quick one as well?
Yeah.
So like,
so while,
yeah. So you literally can quick do if you want. If you don't want to like do fly in the air, it's an extra mechanic that they added for people who actually want. I think finding everything is pretty fun.
Do you know what's also an extra mechanic that I added for fun? Look a story in X and Y, and guess what? You missed out on that. So maybe not everything is that important, honey.
Talking about how you don't think these remakes are good, your points are bad. They give you stuff, and it's like, well, I don't really care about megas, but they added megas. They're cool.
It's nice. And if we're doing competitive battling,
I don't give a shit about the battle tower. I don't give a shit about it.
I'm glad. I fucking love the Battle Frontier.
You know, I don't give a shit. So you saying something like, well, I don't care. Everything I'm adding, well, I don't care about. I don't care it. Maybe I don't care about the battle tower.
Okay, good. Okay, you know what? I'm happy. I'm glad you don't care about the Battle Frontier. Okay, I love the Battle Pike. Okay, yeah. I love the Battle Pike. That's what I'm saying.
Great for you. Oh, just because they don't do that in Splash. I think you're crazy, man. I'm actually crazy. You're more crazy than Red here. Your points for this not liking them ruin stuff was blinded by your hatred.
I'm not blinded by hatred. I just listen. Musty's Fury versus. I've got a couple of donuts, honey. So thank you, chat. Musty's Fury versus Twilight's Fury. And stop! You're tearing this family apart. All right, you know what? I think we're done now, okay? Maybe lukewarm take, but I don't like Zinnia at all. I think I like the story more than I like Zinnia. Zinnia's chill, but like I think the story is way more interesting. Like the whole idea that like we need some Pokemon couples counseling. We're fine, chat, I swear, okay? It's just your mother and father sometimes just, you know what I mean? Like it's just, like sometimes
opinions.
Sometimes your mother's a bit, like wacky tobacco. You know what I mean? One too many glasses of red wine. You know what I'm saying? That's what I gotta say. Anyway, Shiroguruma, we completely forgot about you. We completely forgot that you existed. I still believe in my goat, and I think he's gonna put this in C. I believe in my goat. Where do you think he's gonna put it?
I'm gonna put an A.
I came here to escape reality, not reflect it. I apologize, chat. It's weird because like I like fighting and stuff, but like you guys are like, you're tearing this family. I can't believe Oras ruined a relationship. Thank you for the 2. All right, let's continue.
If you know me, you know I'm the biggest champ for this game.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah. Oh, this is my goat! Alright.
I think it's the most underrated Pokemon game. It's an excellent.
It's underrated. He used the word underrated in my house. The only thing I'll actually give, like, Oras, like, objectively, the Dex Nav is amazing, okay? That is it. That's the only thing I'm giving you.
Pokemon game. It actually made the Gen 3 story pretty compelling. The characters of Oras are one of the best in the series.
True.
Maxie, Archie,
True.
Courtney, Matt,
Courtney's
Norman,
alright.
Steven, Wally, Brandon, May. They're also good, man. They made Crowd.
They're better. I wouldn't say they're good. I'd just say they're better.
And Kyogre badass. And they also had us go to space in the finale. How epic was
cool.
that? Just like XY, the game looks beautiful for the system it was on.
Yeah, it's
to
alright.
find a Pokemon game to have a national dex. Huh? And unlike Generation 2 remakes, they actually incorporated all the Evos into the regional dex.
Fair?
It's a must-play Pokemon game. It could have
Just play Emerald, guys. Play Emerald.
been an A or S tier game, but you know what holds this game back? 2 things. The easy difficulty and of course the Emerald content. It's not there.
Easy difficulty. I suppose, I don't know, man. It's all Pokemon games. They're all fucking easy.
Also known as the Battle Frontier.
So, see, even he knows the Battle Frontier was going based. Based.
You don't think I'll do it? Where is it? Where the hell is it? Look at me. Where the hell is it?
So it goes at B tier. Still a good Pokemon game with some serious disappointments.
Fair. Does your fiance have a YouTube channel? Do you have a YouTube channel, honey?
I do, but I don't really post on there anymore.
We need like Twilight. We need like Pokemon Trainer Twilight. That's what we need. We need some Pokemon takes from you, okay, honey? That's what we need.
I'm like, what? What, my Twitch career that might start?
Nah, we need a YouTube channel. We need some like Pokemon takes, okay? We need your first video, my Pokemon hot takes, or Emerald worst, or as good. Okay, that's what we need. That's what we need, honey. What's our Pokemon channel name gonna be, guys? We need like a Pokemon themed channel name for her, you know? Pokemon Trainer Twilight's a bit lame, you know?
Am I not literally called Twilight Mew?
Nah, we need something more. We need something more. Okay, we need something a bit more. Twilight Mew's a bit like, you know what I mean? That's so 2017, you know? Okay, Sun and Moon, brother, please be on my side. Please, 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 please. Please be on my side. The correct opinion, I'm saying it, the correct opinion on Sun and Moon / Ultra, I would say Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon kind of butchered some of the characters, so I can understand why you wouldn't like that. But Sun and Moon, the correct opinion is, if it wasn't for the, and this is not just me being ADHD, everyone will agree, if it wasn't for the unbelievably high amount of just cutscenes and fucking dialogue, this would be an S tier Pokemon game. Because I think they're fantastic. I actually think they're absolutely fantastic. What do you think, honey?
You know what? I agree. Shane, I agree. I was the firm believer. So when this game first was announced, right? Mm-hmm. And they announced that they were getting rid of gyms, right?
Hang on. Sorry, I'm getting one guide, honey. I'm getting one guide really hard. Nah, it's just you. Taylor, fuck you. How about that? Fuck you. You're wrong. You're cringe. And you're dumb. Right. Thank you, honey. Sorry, continue.
God damn. I think, you remember this game when they first announced that they were doing gyms, the backlash? I don't know if you were there for the backlash. It was like kind of insane.
I remember.
I was hesitant. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, oh, it's fine. But I'm like, you know what? Give them a chance, guys. And they proved me correct because I love these games.
You love them. Where are you ranking them?
A tier. I don't
A tier.
A. I don't
okay.
I think they're S because the cutscenes like replayability.
A one-time playthrough is great. Multiple playthrough, you can't do it. I'm sorry, you can't do it.
I was kind of pressing A every time I replayed.
It's too much. I'm telling you, it's too much. It is way too much. The only time I can replay Gen 7 is on stream, where at least I can talk to chat while the yap happens, because it's like, it's too much. It's just way too much. Way too much, honestly. The constant start-stop structure of this game is a big part why I put Moon down. Yeah, it's just too much. Like I said, I'll say it again. Sun and Moon's, or if you took elements from Ultra, if you take Sun and Moon's like general story, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon's totem fights, and its post game, you literally have probably top 2 Pokemon game, and that's not a joke. 100%, 100%.
This game is another one I have a lot of mixed feelings about. I think it's the first Pokemon game.
D tier. Ooh. Even I wouldn't put it in D. I'd put it at least C, maybe low B, maybe if I'm feeling generous. But it's at least hitting C, at least.
D. Why D tier?
Let's find out.
What's going on D tier? It's not a complete fail. There are some redeeming qualities about it. The villain Luzanime is very compelling and has the best.
What? How did he pronounce that? Excuse me.
Complete fail. There are some redeeming qualities about it. The villain Luzanime is very
Luzanime? Luzanime? I have never heard someone. Isn't it Lucamine? Or am I fucking.
It's Lucamine.
Or am I fucking losing an eye? But brother, man, that is a. That's a pronunciation. That's like you know what? Like, you know how the debate is Arceus or Arceus, but then there's some people that say it's Arceus, and I'm just like, you're not in the debate, okay? You're not in the table, okay? It's Arceus or Arceus, which Arceus is the correct one, you know? Crazy.
Like, Lucamine, but like it says Snivy Snivy. I'm like, bruh.
I'm giving him a nice first language pass. You know what? Fair. I'll give him a pass for that.
I will. That's something.
It's not the worst misspeak ever, but like it's top 5 worst misspeaks on YouTube history.
Difficulty curve and the region of Alola itself is quite enjoyable to look at. The problem is that this game introduced the goddamn hand-holding disease that infected the Pokemon games. The cussing in this game, it's too much.
It's too much, yep.
I cannot imagine speedrunning this game. You just sit on your ass spamming the A button.
Yep.
Everything is explained in lazy cutscenes. The first island of Alola is basically a 3-hour tutorial.
Yep.
I also hate the story trope that I think director Omar introduced, a friend character becoming the main character, and you just being an observer. Lily annoyed the crap out of me. Also, this game...
Lily, ooh, damn, that's a shame. Yeah, I wasn't too big on Lily as well, if I'm being honest. But also, this trope of like the friend character being the main character, I think this game was like probably the biggest guilty of that, but I don't think Gen 8 was that bad with it with Hop. I think if he means like as in like the side character tends to be a bit more interesting, then I think that's just the nature of Pokemon with having a silent protagonist. But yeah, I wasn't really too big on Lily. I wasn't really too big. Is that a hot take?
A little bit. I liked her. I like Lily.
She's okay.
I thought this friend group was pretty good.
She's okay. I like Gladian. He's edgy. I like him.
I was to say, probably the one I care with was probably, it's probably Hal. I thought he can be a bit.
Yeah, Hal was a. I feel like Hal was a bit too positive. I like Hop. Hop was like I always say like Hop is just like Galarian Hal because Hop was Hal written with a bit more nuance, and I liked it. He's the best Pokemon guy. I love it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess. Sorry, I forgot I'm in the Zoomer zone. Sorry, guys. I apologize. I apologize for absolutely fucking nothing. Sorry.
I like Lily. Character detail.
She's alright.
Game, it's so obvious that it was rushed and incomplete. A lot of the island trials feels half-assed, and some of them are straight up missing. Just like all the games that will be on D tier, I think it's worth playing once if they are straight up missing.
One of my favorite things to ever exist is that in Sun and Moon, this is just a character you never meet. You get to the Elite Four, you always say it's an Acerola, you're like, oh shit, is it? And then you're like, the 3 other trainers, I forgot who they are. But like you meet them, like you've met them like in the game, like, oh shit, you're there? Oh, that's crazy. And you get to like the flying station, you're like, who the fuck is Kahili? Who the fuck are you?
Okay, but like that screenshot goes hard, right?
No, the screenshot of her with the hang on, I actually have to show you everyone now. I have to show everyone the screenshot. Where is it? Oh here, yeah. I have to show everyone the screenshot. This screenshot actually goes hard. Her fucking using a 2 cannon. I'm not showing it to you, I apologize, but yeah, her using the 2 cannon as a fucking gun.
What's a cannon?
Yeah, it's an actual cannon. This screenshot actually goes like massively hard. But yeah, in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, they realized, oh shit, she's like a nobody character. So I think when you go into like an area to get fly in EMZ, you meet her and like she teaches you the stance. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll see you at the Elite Four. No, there.
The games that will be on D tier, I think it's worth playing once if you have not played it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Play only once, never look back.
Yep.
But if you're playing the game, you can't look back, and that is, of course,
Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I like some of the totem battles in this a bit more, but I just hate how they like kind of ruined Lucimine's character. One thing I liked about Sun and Moon is that Lucimine was kind of like she was written to be a bit more irredeemable. She wasn't completely irredeemable, but like she was written to be a lot more of like a villain. Whereas in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, they changed it so that she's a bit more sympathetic. But I don't really feel like they did enough to make her deserve the sympathy. Do you know what I mean? Like she's gone crazy trying to look for like her husband who got lost in a fucking wormhole, and like she's abandoned her kids and like dressed them up to like fucking emulate a Pokemon. Do you know what I mean? Like she did a lot of fucking dark shit. So I'm like, in Sun and Moon, like she's a villain. Like Lily forgives her mother in the end, but like she's a villain. But like in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, they kind of like give her a bit too much redemption. They put the blame away from her, and I'm just like, fuck, I don't like that. They ruined her character. It sucks. What do you think, honey? Do you have an opinion on that? Yeah. Oh, she muted? Honey, can you hear me?
I'm here, yeah.
Okay, do you have an opinion on Lucimine in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon versus in Sun and Moon?
Can I be completely honest with you?
Yeah, go for it.
I've never finished Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
I don't blame you. But the post game is actually pretty solid, though.
Not because I don't like it. It's because, like, I got the games. I got the games not for Christmas or not for anything. I think I just kind of, I don't even remember when I got it, right? It's like, this, like, art design is a blur. I think my problem was with this game is that I'd start it, get, like, halfway through it, and, like, a new game, another, like, game that I've always, like, played would come out. So I'd play that game, forget about it, right? Want to go back to it, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to start over again, right? Because I don't want to left off, because I want to experience it again. And it repeats. Repeats. Yeah. So I never got to finish the game because other games that I wanted to play came out. So that's my issue. Not an issue. That is my issue, my own issue. It's nothing against the game. I think that Arachnid trial kind of scared the hell out of me.
Oh, you don't like the giant enemy spider?
That kind of scared the hell out of me, and not gonna lie, I was not expecting that, and I really like that. So, I was to say this game makes me want to replay, but I can't.
Why is that?
I left the 3DS at our house.
You left that. Yeah, I forgot. It is you'll replay when you come in next. Okay, don't worry.
Well, it's because that's on my list to finish that game, but
you gotta finish it. You gotta finish it.
I do know about the story rise. it is a bit disappointed in what they did to Lucimon.
Yeah, like
so,
who the fuck is the Ultra Recon Squad? I don't give a shit about them, bro. But instead they like offloaded a lot of the fucking story. Oh, fucking shit, man. It was so dead. Hate it.
I liked like Lily's mom being like a deadbeat mom and doesn't care about it. Stop the shit out of Lily and be like, no. I like that about Lucimon. She's a bad mother.
Yeah, she's probably like Sun and, the way she's written in Sun and Moon. She's probably like one of the better villains in the series, easily.
Yeah,
maybe even like top 3, like easily.
Like we can feel sympathetic because she lost her husband and she wants to know me, but in the process, she's become bad mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I get, I know it's Pokemon, so they have to forgive everyone at the end, but like,
but I just like the fact that they were willing to go there before she was forgiven. You know, that makes sense.
Yeah, I liked that, and I heard the story and I'm like, nah. That's like one part. Like,
Can I like see the someone Carson donated 2 and said, can we see the Totem Marowak trial? It's like it's got to be the funniest trial in the game, right, by far.
Or the hiker.
Yeah, with the fucking hiker. So if you guys don't know, before you do the gym, like before you do the totem fight, you have to do a trial, and this one's just like really stupid and funny, and I like it. So like they spot the difference, okay? And then there's a fucking hiker out of nowhere for no reason. Watch carefully and memorize this dance. You just gotta spot the difference. There's a hiker there for like no reason. It's just like, what's my lad doing there? But hell. I just like him. I like him. I like the hiker. The hiker jumping in the dance is just really funny, and I'm a big fan of him. I like hiker, man. Yeah, like some of the trials are really wacky, but that's like obviously the standout one, I would say, by a mile. What does he think of Ultra Sun Ultra Moon? Is this gonna be fail? Is this gonna be the fail to honey?
No, he's gonna really like it.
Nah, he's gonna put this in. He's gonna put this in D as well.
You know me as the biggest USM hater on the Pokemon fandom, and that still has not changed. I have been using the F word because of...
F tier, baby, let's go.
YouTube's recent dumb decision.
It's just the Lucimine like slander, because like when I played the games, I liked the trials. I thought they were more fun. I was vibing throughout the entire one. They added my boy Furfur, which I was trying to work out. They added more like Pokemon you can catch, and I'm like,
I mean, you telling me it at least doesn't hit a D tier because of like the wild battle theme in USUM is like amazing. Like the fucking, they're just like imagine like like how battle themes tend to be quite like like yeah, let's fucking catch something. Imagine hearing this when you find like a fucking like a level 5 Caterpie. You know what I'm saying? Like. They just electro guitarified the wild battle theme, bro. Bro, I love this. It's like my favorite wild battle theme in the series, I think.
I've been fun with like the trials and stuff. I know about the story. I know I didn't finish it, so I can't say much. But I thought, remember when like Shiny Hunter, you go through the portals to find like the Ultra Wormhole. I thought that was a pretty neat addition.
That was neat.
So like to put it in like what? You suck. That's kind of like, and they didn't do much cutscenes. They didn't like,
Yeah.
That was it. That was your whole big thing. They got rid of a lot of that, and you're still like.
Well, here we have to say. Let's see what he has to say.
But I'll say it here. Fuck this game. Honestly, cannot stand how anyone enjoys this piece of poop. It's the first Pokemon game that actually felt like a cash grab. No, a scam. Selling the same game twice just to milk the dying Series DS, but unlike Emerald or Platinum where they fixed status stuff, they barely changed anything, and all the stuff they added fixed nothing and they were useless. The whole Ultra Megalopolis storyline was laughably terrible. It ruined the good part of Sun and Moon, that being Luzanime.
Shit, you have to stop with that pronunciation.
Team Rainbow Rocket was just desperate, illogical nostalgia bait. Ultra Wormhole Man 64 to catch Legendary is a lazy joke by the clown developers, insulting pandering Kanto nostalgia everywhere. The incomplete island trials are still incomplete. Just thinking about this game makes me facepalm. Worse, they were clearly setting up a Pokemon Sun and Moon 2. The potential was there for another Black and White 2. Again, fuck this game. F tier.
Damn, bro. Crazy. I mean, he is so real for that. Megalopolis sucks. Fucking Lucimine's story, Luzanime's story sucks.
hold on. My gripe is when he said that nostalgia bait for being Team Rocket. Wasn't the whole point of X and Y you only got the free starters for metas? Was that literally not like nostalgic? Like
true.
When you got starters, the 3 Kanto ones who got metas and Charizard getting 2. Was that not that had nothing to do with the story, and you just got one for free for nostalgic purposes?
Yeah, it was nostalgia. Nostalgia bait.
Question that, and to question that, by the way, Pokemon always adds some nostalgic stuff in there. Like, they're always going to pander Gen 1. That's just how it is, right? Try to get old fans.
But this pandering was worse pandering, honey. That's the worst part.
To add character story elements, who brings back from the past in altered dimensions, I really don't think that's pandering, especially not only do they bring in other villains from other stories. If they just did Team Rocket, one could say, but they brought like Gen 5, they brought Gen 4,
it was like a villain smorgasbord. It was great, I loved it.
So like the fact they pander and he's like, oh, the Ultra Wormholes, I will never like. How is that worse than why?
I think the fact that you have to like beat the whole game to get to like the new stuff, and the new stuff is like it's kind of cool, but it's not like anything insane. It's like I could see it. The F is crazy though. F is crazy. I put it in D at least.
Well, especially when like the Ultra. I'd rather try to shine. Lazy to put the black behind. What did X and Y do? Did we get any like cool legendary ones?
But he has a crush on Diantha. I actually asked him. I actually DM'd him. He has a crush on Diantha. That's what he does.
And I said, like, did we get any cool? At least you can go and shiny hunt.
Shiny hunting, and the argument destroyed, honey.
Well, I'm saying that you can do that, but like an X and Y, which I post game I didn't even know existed with a looker, which could be my problem, but
a little bit.
That is going through wormholes to find a shiny legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, but
like I'd rather do the ladder and go and catch legendary.
Yeah, but he compared it to Superman 64, honey, so he wins. I'm sorry, I'm just being annoying. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird placement, but let's just move on. Fuck it. He's a weird guy, honey. He's a weird guy.
You know I'm my goat, man. You had me in the middle, but you lost it.
So he's no longer your goat anymore, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he doesn't agree with me, so I don't
so the video's bad. Dislike again. And let's go Pikachu and Eevee. Okay, at the time, everyone hated this, and I think it was fair. Now I'm just like, listen, it was a cute game. Is it the Pokemon game we wanted? No. It's kind of cute, though. The Eevee's kind of cute. Let's be real. It's kind of cute. You know, come on. I'd put this in B. I think he's going to put this in C.
I think he's going to put it in A.
He's going to put this in A? You're insane.
I wasn't sure if I would even consider this a mainline Pokemon game, but according to the devs it is, so I guess I'll do it. I know a lot of people hate this game, and it's true that it's a lazy cash grab targeting the Pokemon Go audience, but I don't think it's worthless and putting it on D tier. There's some redeeming qualities about it. For starters, it's still the best looking HD Pokemon game on Switch. It's jaw-dropping how bad the graphics would get after this. Also,
he's a graphics Gregory.
So they actually weren't faithful to the OG games and changed some stuff about the game, unlike Fire Red, like adding new story events so the NPC characters are stronger, or adding characters like Miss Come Up for Trial, or that final Rocket admin guy from the Gen 2 remakes.
That was pretty cool.
Also, it's still a Pokemon game that made the ride of a Pokemon work as it should. It's the best thing about the game. While I think it's worth playing this game once like Sun and Moon, it's still a Kanto remake no one was asking for. Having only OG 151 Pokemon but having Mega Evolutions and Alola form is just baffling, and deleting Pokemon abilities was stupid.
That was fine. It was fine. You're just old. These are fine games. They're fun enough for a playthrough, you know? Oh, yes. My F-tier Scrimblows. Come on. Okay, not F-tier, I'm joking. Okay. But, bruv, these were like surely, honey, you agree with me. Surely we agree, honey, right? These were like the Pokemon games of all time. Right?
I like them, but I do think they were a bit disappointed in a lot of areas. Yes. But I personally enjoyed it. I know he's going to put an F tier, spoiler, because he said he liked the runner, unless he only changed his mind, which I didn't. I don't think they're F tier. I think that besides that one tree that everyone pointed at, some of the areas are actually very visually appealing and very beautiful. I do think that the story, I understood it, but like I think it could have gone better. I do like Leon. I think he's a fantastic champion.
He's a great champion.
I personally like Hop. I liked his character development story.
Hop is cool.
I like his character development story a lot, and I know people don't like him, which I can't. I don't personally why, but I feel like he tries his best to beat you. Is obviously gets upset he can't because he can't live up to his brother, and decides that becoming a champion's not for him, so he's gonna become a Pokemon professor. He's gonna try to pursue that way. I think that's a totally fine character. It's better than all the other characters that they can't beat, and they're like, oh, I tried. Oh well. I'm gonna kill myself now. Like it's pretty much like everyone else.
Again, I think they were definitely getting better with like characterizing trainers a lot better. It's a shame that Bede got a good like arc, or Hop got a good arc, Marnie got an arc.
Marnie, there.
She certainly got an arc, honey. It's not very parabolic arc, but it was a McDonald's arc more like.
I think the villain. Stupid. Chairman Rowe.
Yeah, Chairman Rowe. Yeah, Chairman Rowe's bad. He sucks.
Not for like the reason that like his motive was stupid, but like they didn't really do much with him. Like I didn't feel anything for him. I felt more for his assistant that like came from the trenches and rose right to the top, and that's why she had a trubbish because she was poor, but she loves this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
For her character than I did for Chairman Rose. Like I get why he did it, but it was so stupid. We barely saw any of his motives.
It's almost if he needed more characterization.
Yeah, and I'm
crazy.
Like, that's lame. I really don't get how Swordbird and Shield. Like I don't really...
No one talks about those. Those guys were fucking dead. Okay. No one talks about those.
They're a joke. I didn't enjoy that part. I'm like, who are you guys? Why? Like, huh?
Yeah, Swordward and Shieldbert were just a joke. They were a joke that the devs thought were funny, but they weren't really that funny. I'm fine, thank you. The game. I'd put it in D. I think he's gonna put it in F though.
You can put an F saying these are the worst games ever, which I don't think that's like. I don't think it's that.
He's gonna say this is Pokemon in that cash grab era. The graphics look really bad. The only thing I will give, like, listen, the gym battles are really fun in this game. Like the stadium and the aesthetic, I fucking loved it. It's great.
Which is kind of the thing, because like there are parts of this game that I do think look great.
Yeah.
People always like, gloss because of that one stupid tree. If he mentions this fucking tree, I swear to God.
If he mentions the tree, honey, you have to gift the membership to the channel.
I swear to God.
You have to gift the membership to the channel, baby, if he mentions the tree.
I got no money. Why do you think I'm working a shitty part-time retail job? I got no money.
You're so right for that.
After Scott and Ballad, I've seen some people say, "Oh, Pokemon Sword and Shield is better now." I just
classic Pokemon cycle
sucks. It's insulting. I'm putting on F tier.
He already put it there. Shit. God damn.
Out of glee. Actually, this game is worse after playing Gen 9. The reason of Galar is embarrassing to play through. The linearity of the map design is laughable. Brainless to play. There's a character encounter every 3 minutes. You cannot walk 5 steps in this game without the game letting go of your hand. This game is just easy to make fun of. The graphics are terrible. Wild Area is just a dumb, unfinished concept for later games. Just an awful, awful video game in general that's not worth $60.
Right.
Also, I was an avid Pokemon collector. Deleting the National Dex started with this game, and it's still a thing that pains my heart. That makes me hate the game and the lazy devs. Now,
he's a Dex sitter, guys. He's a Dex sitter. Oh no. He's a Dex sitter, Andy. Oh no. Again, like, I saw something, I think someone commented in my Rogue Renegade VOD, right, the stream highlight on the second channel. Someone said, oh, like, defending the national text being gone is a bad take. He said that was a bad take. I'm just like, would it be nice in an ideal world if the national dex was still good? Yeah, of course it is. But I also think the system of there's 400 Pokemon like adds a bit of intrigue. Which Pokemon are coming back? Which Pokemon are new? Like, I think it's I like it. I just like it. Would it be better if we had them all? Yeah, sure. I like it though. Okay, leave me alone. Leave me alone. You're fat and wrong.
I do like the aspect at least because I think with anyone who defends ban, they don't really defend it. They said it would be nice, it'd be cool if they had all the Pokemon. I do like how now if they were very, very they would cut out some of the popular competitive mons and make it switch. I do like sometimes you have to switch things up. So like in competitive, that Pokemon
it makes competitive a lot more interesting as well because different rosters. Yeah, exactly.
It's not the same Pokemon over and over and over again like the past in the years that these Pokemon are good, and they try to balance it out by cutting those Pokemon, some of them out, and bringing new ones in. So then we might have a rise of new stars coming out, or people used a Murkrow. It was competitive for a long time. Oh yeah,
Murkrow, that was funny. People using Murkrow is really funny.
Yeah, it's just I will always want everyone to have their favorite Pokemon here, but I do not care because Baneri wasn't in Scarlet and Violet, and Baneri is probably my favorite Pokemon. I'm not complaining about it because I'm going to use all the other Pokemons that are out there for me to use.
Thank you. See, this is why I'm marrying you, honey, because you're one of the best people ever made because you have the right take. I'm disliking Urim because this is a good take. But
also, I'm going to say Sword and Shield had a really good soundtrack. I still think their oh god, the way that the stadium, noises and stuff.
Yeah, the gym thing is this is something else. It's something else.
And I will say, Scarlet and Violet did not do a good job keeping that up.
It was a notable step down. I'll give you that.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job of stepping it up. I will say that thing is peak when it comes to gym fight.
The atmosphere is one of the things that Switch does amazingly. I'll give it that. It's true. It's just true.
The music here is beautiful as well.
The music is great. Although I have a hard time complimenting Pokemon music because all of it hovers around the 8 to 8.5 out of 10 range for me. So it's just they're all just really good, It's probably one of the battle themes, that's for sure. Yeah.
I think it's kind of peak for the gym leader ones. I think it's good.
Definitely, you're not wrong.
It's much better. And in the past videos, I said I didn't play them, so people got confused about that. Here's the thing, I bought the DLC, but I didn't finish it because it's so boring. That's why I haven't completed it yet. Anyway.
Can't talk about a game before you completed it. Everyone knows the rules, Gear and Red. L video, mods, send them a dislike.
Wait, this game's terrible. And
I think the second DLC was pretty fun.
Yeah, I think the second DLC is what boosts it to a C tier in my head, because it'd be a D tier normally, but the second DLC, I'd give it a C tier at least.
Yeah.
At least.
I'm playing it live currently, and I dread every time I have to stream this piece of shit.
You're streaming it, you get money. Also, there's a space between Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. You're wrong. Go on.
Yeah, we all agree, at least try here, that Sword and Shield is a hell of a lot better than Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
A second, sorry?
That Sword and Shield is a hell of a lot better than BDSP.
Yeah, of course, without a shadow of a doubt. It's the easiest F tier on planet Earth.
And I'm this is the first time I was so excited for this remake.
Yeah, I think we all were, because we all thought they'd actually do platinum.
I can't even say it's a remake, it's just a completely remastered, but they made it worse.
Yeah, I don't know, we literally got into a 10-minute debate, Oras or Emerald. We're not getting into a debate over this. We're just shaking hands. Yeah, just play platinum.
I'm yeah, the graphics look great, and Pokemon can follow you again. Which, by the way, they still do not do a good job with that. So, Ekans, we all seen the Ekans following you meme. Say Coil. So I'm whether people saying, well, it's not Ilka, because I guess Pokemon's or Game Freak is so kind of nitpicking and taking out things. I don't know how true that is. I don't know, but it's the fact that they took out more elements. The underworld, okay, cool, but they still took a big portion. There's no secret bases. There's no all this stuff. The fucking contest.
Oh, I knew you were gonna mention it. You're the biggest soldier for the super contest ever, and they ruined it, didn't they, honey?
I remember I know you don't really care for them, but I love them. All right, I love them. I remember I called you when I got to Hearthstone City.
You were so pissed off.
I was so pissed because I want you to know I started creating different Pokemon just for contests before I got there. I'm yeah, my Beautifly is gonna be ace. I started trying to do move feels around it just to be a fucking dance one. So
it was a shitty rhythm game. Amazing.
So hard. And I'm like, this is so. What the fuck is this? So, like, what am I looking at? Where's my contest moves? Where's like my like screwing other people over? What about me getting screwed over? But I'm like, it's not happening. So disappointing they took that out, and I don't understand why. Why I think it's not even fun. Like the rhythm game is not even that fun.
Benjamin, what are you doing? What's Benjamin doing? I'm of the very small crowd that has only played Diamond and not Platinum, so in that regard, Brilliant Diamond wasn't as jarring. That's saying it was okay. Why haven't you played your homework? You know your homework.
And Platinum's like $120, so I can't really.
No, I don't care. Emulate it. I don't care. Sue me, Nintendo. Sue me. Emulate it. Don't care.
We go from one terrible Pokemon game to another, and I'm putting this game in F tier automatically.
Whoa.
It's fucking garbage, okay? I think it's the only F tier game that no one will be mad I put it there. Just like USM, it's still 2 Pokemon games that actually felt insulting to me. It just shows content.
I think the saddest bit about like fucking BDSP is like with ORAS versus like RSC, like if you told me that you like the ORAS versions better than the RSC versions, well, you're not fair. I still think they're just as good as each other, from being honest, but I would say you're not fair. BDSP is like the one time where like the remake soundtrack fucking sucks compared to the original. It's actually unbelievable. They fucked up nearly every fucking song in the game. The only one that I would say is like even marginally better is the rival theme. I think they did a tiny little fix on that to make it a lot better. But every other theme is just worse. It just sounds way worse than the original. It's not even nostalgia, I promise. All of them fucking suck. All of them have an issue with that I could point out right now if I wanted to. But that's beyond the scope of this.
For the audience, as if they knew the game would sell no matter the quality. It's a cynical, desperate nostalgia cash grab. Completely ignoring Platinum is just gut-wrenching, the game's art style is questionable, and it adds nothing to the original games. The word faithful has become burned in my mind and become trauma, okay? It's the game that makes me ask, who looked at this garbage and decided it was a final product? Seriously, Pokemon Company could have just put a sticker with the middle finger drawn in the box art and sold it for $60, and it feel the same. Bottom line, terrible, terrible, terrible. It's the least favorite Pokemon games tied with USM for me.
Crazy. Oh, yes. Legends. He's going to put this in like this is where we get into the generational divide, honey. He's going to be like, as a game, it's actually not that. It's not that. That's what he's going to say. He's literally going to say it exactly like I said, but that's how he sounds. Oh, let's go to it. Remember, guys, the only correct way to hate Legends Arceus is if battling is an important part of Pokemon to you. If you do not like Legends Arceus because of that, fair. But any other reason, you are just wrong and old.
This might be the biggest hot take in the video.
Yeah, it will be
around here, but I do not like this game a lot.
Crazy.
I think it's the most overrated Pokemon game. It's just
yes, other people are having fun with the game, so I don't like it. Crazy. Yes. Yes, Skewermate. I love it. I love basing my opinions off the general consensus. My favorite thing to do.
Basically a beta test game for Gen 9. The only focus the developers put into this game was the Pokemon catching mechanic. I can see why the Pokemon catching mechanic could be fun to people. I mean, I guess the stealth element could be fun, but everything else in the game is terrible, and it completely ruined my enjoyment of the game. The story is about as bad as Sword and Shield. There's too many lazy cutscenes. The game's
the story's fine. I wouldn't say it's like cinema, but like it's fine. To say it's bad is crazy. It's fine. And if anything, like I think the catharsis of being in a world where people don't necessarily understand Pokemon is just genuinely interesting. So even if the story is a bit like, which it kind of is, it's a little bit like, even then the interacting with the characters in this world is just fascinating. How did you not find that fascinating? You claim to be a Pokemon fan, and yet going into a past where like people on Pokemon aren't quite there yet does nothing for you? Oh.
This is like way back in the past when like Pokemon are still viewed as like huge threats to like humanity.
Yeah.
And having a partner Pokemon doesn't really exist, at least in Hisui, because you don't know about other parts of the world, right? In the culture. But like in this, it's like they're cute as like some dangerous threat that you don't want to go. They will kill you.
They will kill you as well.
So
they'll fuck your shit up if they can, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think it's very fascinating to be like, oh yeah, this huge big ass bee, I would be scared of it too, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, could you maybe argue that they don't go into the concept enough? Maybe, but like they go into it just enough to like keep me fascinated, and it's the first time they've ever done this. Like if they did like something again with Pokemon Legends Are, they also go into a past where people and Pokemon aren't quite there yet. I would want them to explore the concept further. If they kept it at surface level as Legends Arceus, I would be disappointed. But if they like go into it a bit more of Legends Are, I still don't know what. I think maybe that one's gonna be set in the future. We still have no idea. But if that one doesn't really like, if that one is still in the past, sorry, we're gonna say.
We kind of know what it's gonna be. But it's gonna be in the future, but not like it's gonna be past tense, but it's like in a Renaissance era, like when they're trying to when they're first rebuilding the Lumino City.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, like I would want them to explore the concept of like people in Pokemon like just a bit more than they did in this game. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how do you not find that fascinating? Like, as a fan of the series, how do you not find that at least a little bit fascinating? Do you know what I mean? And like the characters are like well enough. Like the characters are well enough. Like, is it high art writing? Not particularly, but like I found them interesting enough. Get at it, nuts.
Especially when they pull back even some characters from the like. Oh my god, the Subway Bros, man.
The Subway Bros, yeah. Listen, I don't want to get sad again. Okay, I'm not talking about them. Okay. I want to get upset.
But like I think the Arceus just likes fucking with people.
Yeah, Arceus likes fucking with people. That's the law.
This world is lifeless with Doomed Dead Village.
Volo?
I said the law, not Volo. Did he say Volo?
No, basically he didn't like characters or shit, and everyone was like awful. And I'm like, you don't like Volo?
There's too many lazy cutscenes. The game's world is lifeless with Doomed Dead Village, no random trainers in the wild to fight, no towns to find except some stupid tents, no dungeons to explore. Yeah. All the side quests are basically fetch quests. I know this.
You like Richard? No wild. There's like no trainers in the wild to fight. Yes, because Pokemon trainers aren't a thing.
Listen, I'm not gonna harp on this too much. Like I think it's fair to expect battles in a Pokemon game. So if you don't get it, I understand that. That's the one point I'm gonna give it to. Logically, in the lore, does it make sense? There's not a lot of battles. It's still disappointing though, right, honey?
I didn't find it.
No, I didn't either. I agree. I liked the catching so much. I didn't care that there wasn't a lot of battles, but I 100% understand someone going, there was not enough battles there for 100%.
I think also that's probably why they put the alpha Pokemon in there and places because they're the ones that are
boss battles, yeah.
So like they kind of like they're aggressive, they're attacking and run into to force you into like battles or kill you either way.
Yeah, I can understand. Like I said, it's the one point where I'm willing to give someone like every other point is just. You're just boring, you know?
This game tried a lot of new stuff, but it's just another half-baked idea that feels like it's trying to cash in Breath of the Wild's success by copying its aesthetic poorly.
What are you... Oh my god, the grassy field, therefore Breath of the Wild. What a fucking...
Open world,
oh my lord!
Breath of the Wild, like... Jesus, it's not even open world.
Was Sonic Frontiers trying to be Breath of the Wild?
Can I just say, like, this is the reason why I
love Pokemon fans. They're the best thing ever made. Sorry, Zen.
The other game, like, as if Breath of the Wild was the first open world game. Every time they're like, oh, it's like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild.
No, it was a grassy field, therefore. Oh my
Like, just because game doesn't mean any other game can't fucking like have the same concept as open world, which this game isn't even open world for open world. But like in a grassy area, this fucking Arctic too. Oh my god, this enemies. Oh my god.
There's enemies that reminds you of Mario.
There's other catching games that are open world, like Monster Hunter and stuff like that, or somewhat like exactly. If people can say that's Breath of the Wild, like rip off, no. So like they're trying to cash and grab. Where's the cash grab?
Yeah. Again,
there's not even a cash
no, you have to understand, honey. He's in his Pokemon hating area. This is 2023. What was cool to hate Pokemon, right? He's like in his prime. This is like Guram Red. We're literally witnessing LeBron James in his prime right now. It's actually unreal. Because like saying lazy Clash Crab Breath of the Wild is actually just like in 2023 that would have gotten you like. Wow, yes. That would have gotten you like massive applause, you know what I mean? And it works for him. It works, you know? 10-10. Good job, Guillermo.
I just hate that. And you open, not even like a sense of like one being more open, which everyone has been begging for, by the way, when it finally happens. Oh, Breath of the Wild rip off much?
Breath of the Wild? Man, can we get some more can we get some more grass, please, guys? All right, let's...
I want an open world game, but not open world, because then you're copying Breath of the Wild.
Exactly.
And that is... for a multi-billion company, the same company that they're copying from, absolutely diabolical.
Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that at all. It's diabolical. I like the use of the word diabolical as well. That was a good word to use there.
Yeah.
Diabolical. All right, let's continue. Let's continue.
Still, I think it's worth playing it once though, so listing as D tier.
Crazy. Actually, just like this man is insane. This man has never enjoyed a Pokemon game in his life.
I'd rather have had.
You know what I'm feeling?
What's that?
Time he ranks so low every time a Pokemon tries to do something new. The games he's ranked low. Ultra Sun and Moon, like Sun and Moon, like ranked low. Arceus, they tried every time they try something new.
Yeah, see, because he's old. Because he's old, honey. He's like 37 years old. He he's been working in the workforce for 15 years. You know what I mean? Like he's old, honey. He's old. He's just old. That's what it is.
Listen, it's like whenever
old.
it's someone. I think I like it when they try something new, and I personally, from experience, they seem to cook with like trying to change up the formula and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I'm of the belief that they've been getting better as they've gone on. Obviously, X and Y was kind of the. But they've been getting better as they go, and I'm quite happy to be a Pokemon fan in 2025. Unlike some, that Pikachu in the bed is not going to fool me, Guillaume, man. You've never enjoyed a Pokemon game in your life. You're just lying. This is all just lies.
Proper to the remake in the style of Hardcore Days of Silver or Oras that make this experimental.
Hang on, don't worry. His actual PLA review is worse. Oh my god, we might have to watch that. We have to watch that at some point. Not with you. I don't think you'll be in the mood for that. But I'll have to. I have a lot more of a tolerance. I've like built up a tolerance for bad Pokemon videos. So like, you know, I think I'll solo queue that one. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because it's just crashing out.
Yeah, just be crashing out all the time. I know what you're like.
So beta test and handing the remakes off to some obscure port developer to make a budget remake.
My goat Guillaume Red would never put SV below B tier. My goat would never. Guillaume Red, come on. To change the dislike to a like, put it in B at least. At least, come on, brother.
Everything he does, there are many cutscenes. He doesn't like that, right? Doesn't like cutscenes. Character development, not really a big fan of. He doesn't really care. So, nah.
Come on.
By his thing, the villains, they weren't really there. The villain of the story, if we're talking about the real, like, you know, the professor, you didn't really see them. He talked to you for like, but you didn't realize he was dead, right? But he wasn't really like there, you know, which I personally like. That you wouldn't expect that. I like that twist.
I like SV. Always wondered. I am an SV glazer. Okay, I just wanted to chat to know. I am the biggest glazer.
So. Open world, which apparently he doesn't like, is just a Breath of the Wild ripoff, so like doesn't like that. So technically these shit, according to him.
What tier do you think he's gonna put in?
C. B. No, B. I'd say B.
I'm thinking B. Has Twilight seen the Dimitri video? Which Dimitri video? Or the Pokemon? Pokemon Scarlet one? I don't think she's seen it.
I've watched.
Have you watched my video of it?
I watched it with you, I think. Is that the one with the bird, remember? And you got a little crazy at the end.
Oh, yeah,
me?
Okay, I did show her. I did show her the Dimitri video.
I kind of got like edible or something at near the end.
Yeah, the birds. We love the bird. Okay, honey, the bird's actually the best part. All right, listen, Guillaume Red, I will like the video and subscribe. Put it in B at least. Put it in B. Put it in B. Come on, do me a favor.
The latest Pokemon game it's a mixed bag. I said in the review video that it's the best Pokemon game since Oras, and I still stand by that.
Yes.
The world of Paldea actually did enjoy exploring. The characters like Nimona and Arven were likable.
Yeah.
The gym leaders were pretty fun.
Yeah.
Also, the whole ending of Area Zero and the professors, the ending climax of the game is one hell of a ride and done well.
Yes.
It actually was fun to play this game.
Yes.
Unlike any of the Gen 8 games. But again, this game is another case of rushed because of the amount of glitches. The lack of a
Didn't experience any. You're wrong.
Upscaling curve in an open world game.
Okay, that's unforgivable. I agree.
Finished stuff like no building interiors. This game
don't care. Didn't care for going into houses anyway. Don't care. I'll skip it.
Could have been really good, and it ends up being a really mixed bag of good and bad. I think the good nor bad outweighs each other, so I'm putting it on C tier.
Oh no, my goat Guillaume Reds. I can't. I'm sad. I'm just sad, honey. Did you just womp me?
No, like him. I just womp in general. Like
okay.
womp.
That's the second time in womp today. Okay, so like, I'd be upset.
Yeah,
okay, I'd have been very, very upset.
It evens out as average. So this is it. My final tier list. Again, opinions might change depending on my mood. Cry about it. I'm human.
Okay. based.
My opinions might change depending on my mood. You know, I might be on my man period. You know,
actually based.
I might have the man flu one day. You know. I might have broken up with my wife one day. You know.
Well, it's like a Pokemon fan though. You know, we went from hardcore being bad to going good. Now it's losing points in a public eye. So it's just like any other day. So, like Black and White, terrible games. Now very high go-to games. Like, you know, it's just how it is. You
he's just in the mood. Yeah, just in the mood. Ha 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 ha. Pokemon fans change their mood as the wind goes. It's crazy. Listen, I think I like this list because some of them are like some of the lists I agree with, and others are just crazy. Again, not ranking any of the old ones is like fucking chicanerous work, brother. And then PLA down here, I'm like, brother, have you never found joy and whimsy in your life? I don't think he has. I think he's just mad. I think the Pikachu doll up there, like, I think he just broke up with him the other day. That's why he's like upset.
I think he's upset. Ultra Moon, like in that tier, is kind of crazy.
What is the definitive Hoenn game? Oh my god, if he says Emerald. Oh my god, if he says I'm his best friend ever, if he says Emerald. I need to watch that.
We saw his tier.
Babe. We have to watch that next time, okay? That's going to be a beef between me and you.
22 minutes of like going through Hoenn. I mean, it's not even my favorite gen. Okay.
You're just whack. The dark age of Pokemon. Huh?
What's your favorite gen?
My favorite gen?
Yeah.
It's probably Gen 4. Why?
Like, I love Gen 5. I think it's gotta be Gen 4. That like made me like really love Pokemon.
It's between Gen 4 and 5. Like it's a close call. Like you just got to pick one of those two.
Gen 5, I like the story wise, and I like I love N.
Like, you're just an N stan. I know you like. I
do like some Pokemon, but I do say like Gen 4, it just holds something special in my heart. So, I don't know. I think that was probably my two favorite gens right there.
Definitely, honey. Do you know we're gonna go deep, honey? We're gonna go into the comment section.
Okay.
We're gonna go, honey. We're gonna go. We're gonna see what he's yapping about. X and Y miss potential. Not wrong.
True.
Interesting how third version can improve so much without really changing much. Planning like 3 tiers of down and Pearl. When it's mostly the same game intrigues me. He hearted down. It's true. They're just so much better. I do think Sword and Shield deserves its own tier. They did damage to the franchise, and every future of the game can't be talked about enough. And what do we get for such sacrifices? A worst main story, the worst post game, and no new legends until DLC. This game felt more rushed than Scarlet and Violet, without utterly little there was to do with the DLC. They're basically 3DS games with less content than X and Y. They did damage to the franchise gamers. Sword and Shield took my foreskin. That's what happened, chat. It took my foreskin and it ate it right in front of me. Disgusting, I know. I love X and Y a lot. You wouldn't believe how much time I spent customize Selena. Wrong name? I can't believe that. I can't believe the casual subculturist would do this to us. Emerald to BW2 was the golden age. Old, I mean, he's not wrong. Old. Like, dude, objectively, the O word being used. So glad to see everyone's come around in the last 5 years. I mean, everyone knew they were great. What are we talking about? Black and White 2 already had a great initial release, and its legacy's always been great.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's Black and White that you meant to say. Black and White was hated at the time, or at least divisive at the time, and then it came around, and everyone was like, "Wait, these are good."
People Black and White too, because they got their Lucario back.
Exactly. Me when no Lucario. It's literally. I still think it's too hard on Legends Arceus, but your top 4 is spot on. It's super interesting that all 4 were the second iteration of a region. True. Nah, Legends Arceus is bad. Scarlet and Violet are worse. It's okay at best. Both are decent. Pokemon community be like. Actually, let's scroll by newest first. Let's see what the newest people are on about. I like newest first. It's more unhinged. Nitpicking and biased. I win. Bye-bye. Video game donkey reference. I will be there. Legends still a better game. Oh, hang on. Vapid City is with me. This is boring. Lots of bad grinding. Okay story. Slow. 2 of the stars make a game a lot harder than it needs to be. Can't catch a Houndour. I tried to enjoy it, and it's pain. Do you know what, Vapid City? I'll give you a like for that. Don't let this man cook again. I want him to cook forever. I'm disliking that. The good gens, 5, 3, 7, and 4. The okay gens, 9, 6, and 8. The gens on the game. The gen, even he did it, guys. It's spreading. Even he decided. Sobble 99. 99? So what, your fucking ass is 25? Not ranking the OGs? You're old. Rank ROM hacks? Mid. Typical casual gamer. Plus HGSS handboy list. I've not heard someone get called a casual in years. Have you heard that in a while, honey?
Or Pokemon as a casual gamer?
I've not heard someone use casual as a slur. I've not heard that in ages. Man, that takes me back. That takes me back, honestly. It really does.
I assure you, my parents were not playing Pokemon. What?
I don't know what I'm supposed to.
But okay.
So, honey, Axonate in the chat said, I'm new. I'm so musty.
I am Twilight.
She's Twilight. And together, we're the
Hi,
stream. Shut up. How dare you? Old man. He's just copying. Bad ranking. Hands down the best list I've ever seen. Glazing, downvote. They're not the OG Pokemon. If they're not the... Oh my god. Oh my god. Gamers. We have a Gen 1er in the wild. Oh my god. These are a dying race, guys. If they're not the OG Pokemon, they will suck to me. Shrug emoji. All the good games with made-up robotic dragon spike-looking Pokemon just looks trash. I guess I can't enjoy a game that isn't the original Pokemon. Old, mega dislike. Even I don't agree with this shit. I love Gen 1 and 2. They are fucking old and busted, okay? I would say there's enjoyment to be had, but fuck you, alright? You're wrong.
You're gonna sit there, right? And you're really gonna look at, like, Lucario, a freaking Greninja.
Nah, boring.
And Mega Salamence or anything, and you can look at them and be like,
boring.
Nah, they're not Gen 1, they're boring, they're just stupid. I'm like, you're gonna really look at them when your goat has a freaking Grimer Sludge, when you have Sludge.
True.
And a freaking Pokeball, and like, you're gonna look at a Fearow? Are we even gonna talk about a Fearow?
Fearow
like,
sucks.
you're gonna sit there and be like, that's your goat. Alright. Corviknight exists, and you talking about a Pharaoh, you loving Pharaoh, okay.
To be honest, as someone who started with Let's Go Pikachu, I think Pokemon Sword and Shield are my favorite series and are great with the openness. Zuma. Little bro, I will swing these balls across your face like a grandfather clock. Did he get owned? I think he got owned.
No way, Luke is older than 15.
I think he got owned, honey. I think classic White Hat got owned. I think he got owned, honey. He got owned. Also, one Pyro Noob donated 5 and said, "Ayo, hop off Grimer and Mark, honey." So you have to apologize because he donated 5.
No, I like him, but I'm just saying, like, when you look in the eye, you're gonna say that Grimer is like better than, you know, Aria. Because he's saying that one wants a like.
Nah, I get what you mean. It's just a comparison, you know what I mean? Like, it's not as if like Gen 1 had these amazing designs and the later ones didn't, do you know what I mean? It was just a comparison. We like Grimer and Mark here, okay? I like Mark. Mark is cool. In my opinion, like Call of Duty and so many other games, all Pokemon did is remaster the OG games and made the exact same with no difference. Oh my god, why are there so many Gen 1? Guys! Why is it
literally do that? Did you watch the video? Fire Red, Leaf Green, basically the same thing. Didn't really, didn't cool.
It's like a boomer convention. Look, he even has a profile picture from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's a boomer show. Oh my lord. This is a retirement home. I'm sorry, hang on. I think we have to end the stream on it. Axonite said that was not funny. Axonite, tell me a joke. Tell me a funny joke, okay, or you're banned. Funny joke right now. Give me a funny joke, brother. I'm not playing Pokemon games this planet. I struggled to get all the changes in my old age. You're only 31. Oh, you sound like you're geriatric. You're like 1 year older than me, lad. Everyone's old. Why are they so old?
No, but like I'm struggling to keep up with all the challenge. They're little kids games. What do you mean you struggle?
Yeah, exactly. Is this your goat, honey?
Struggle.
Is this your goat, honey?
Yeah.
I'm done with him.
I only say that to piss you off, because like it is unfortunate that it doesn't have the Battle Frontier, but like I personally didn't. As much as says I'm not really in Pokemon for like major battles, so I really didn't care. That's not why I play Pokemon.
Sun and Moon made this guy want to unalive himself. Also, I told Axonite to tell me a joke, honey, and he said, "Why did the bear go for a swim? Because he barely feeling hot." Minus.
I thought you said.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I thought you said, "Why did the bat go for a swim?" And I'm like, huh.
Well, either way, minus spelling mistake, you lose. You lose, Axonite. Come back with a better joke. You sim lovers crying. Cry harder. Hot take, Emerald is garbage. Wrong. What's it? Boomer response. W. Almost perfect. It wasn't C. SV was in his C tier. Those games are turbo garbage and deserve F. It's the biggest joke ever released that makes SS look passable in comparison. Downvote. Fire Leaf into the best Pokemon games, period. Old. Sad to see Sword and Shield this low. You're too young. See, I'm seeing the promo. You're too young. You're too young. You have that young joy in your eyes. I can see, and that smile. You have that young joy in your eyes. Can't be doing that. Does a millennial have to explain to Zoomer what Boomer means? You're just old. I will say that if I ever say that about Pokemon, please ban me. Thank you for the 2. Crazy. I'll read a couple more. Bro has the worst opponents. You tried, Eddie. I'll give you an upvote for that. I was enjoying your video. I love these comments, by the way. I love these comments of, I was enjoying the video because you agreed with me, and then you stopped agreeing with me. Like, I do it as a joke. I do it as a joke, chat. Everyone is actually so real. Everyone loves the video until the video man disagrees with them. So, are you going to say on
I read ahead, and this man actually kind of crashes out. It's kind of funny.
Hang on. I didn't read ahead. Stop it. I was enjoying your video until you talked about Pokemon Sword. The game isn't boring. You're the one who's boring. Just don't have an opinion again. It's boring. Yes.
Oh my god!
That's amazing. That is the crash out of the century. And Scarlet Violet is bad and poorly, capital P, worked with horrible and ugly attacks on a boring story. So get him out of A rank. Wait, Scarlet? He put Scarlet Violet in C. He was crashing out so hard. He put it in C. He put it in C.
The one thing I will criticize Scarlet Violet, they did shorten the animation times, which means they don't do on once.
I wish there was a way to speed them up, yeah.
Them for that, because that is what the audience wanted. They're like the competitive people. They wanted that. They don't want because they want them fast. Because like seeing obviously whenever a Pokemon DBS move is a lot better when the game it came out with, but like best example is like Score Bunny's one, like Pyro Ball. Going from Sword and Shield animations to like battle animations, I will say they are better than Scarlet and Violet's one.
Yeah, but I think it was a. I'm sorry.
For the just battle animation in general and Sword and Shield are definitely better than the ones in Scarlet and Violet. I will give them that.
No, it's true. I think it's a trade-off. Like, do you have long, elaborate animations, but you have to see them every time, or do you have short ones that are worse, but they end the battles quicker? It's like it's a trade-off. Like, ideally, in an ideal world, we have both. Like, maybe in like competitive battles, like we can see the like, more elaborate animations, but like in regular overworld battles, you see the quick ones. Maybe you can like switch between them. I don't know. It'd be fun. But let's finish the comment. Hang on. So boring is it? Or you'll be an idiot for the rest of your life. Seriously, saying he's better than Sword and Shield should be a crime. Is the video better or worse than Demisha's? It's hard to quantify. Can you say worse? Listen. I loved both. I loved my time here. Okay, you guys, you don't understand. Noxter, you have to understand. Okay, if a video gets a big reaction at me, I love it. Okay, it's fun. I had a lot of fun here. I had a lot of fun with Demetrius as well. They're both cinema, all right? If you mean like as an actual like opinion piece, as an actual video, I suppose Demetrius is worse, because at least Guren Red has like companion piece videos. So that, for example, if his PLA take, I could just watch his video if I wanted to say, or his SV take if I disagree, you know, I can just watch his video. So at least he has companion pieces where he went, you know, in a bit more detail. But if you mean as like a car crash, both of these were amazing. They did a couple of tumbles, they lit on fire. Like, I had fun here. You kidding me? I had fun with both. They're both amazing. I mean, true, Nick is right for this, honey. When you realize you're now in the boomer tier, yeah, you're just old. You're old, brother. Sword and Shield not even in... There's so many... There's like boomers and zoomers here, chat. Garbage take on Diamond and Pearl.
Come on, bud. I love Gen 4 too, but like, I can agree that. Like...
And also, this Peruvian potato has been like an absolute soldier in the comments. He's like been everywhere. Lamau, you defend any slop as long as you played as a child. You must not have played DP with your friends and cousins growing up. I haven't, partially because I played actually good games with them instead. You may find a lot in life is more so about the memories you made along with the way other than the actual thing. So he was right.
But this isn't a nostalgic, like, video. This is supposed to be like, you know, like what makes the game good, and like I said, I'm nostalgic for like, you know, some of these ones, but I can say that I'm fucking playing platinum or diamond. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like,
no, but it was about the friends he made along the way, honey. His father. His friends, honey.
Like the memories. I'm like, I have a lot of memory stuff. Like, if I have a memory watching a shit movie with friends, I can still think the movie's absolute garbage, like detailed ones, even though I created memories watching it with friends. Doesn't make it like an S-tier movie.
Yeah, but honey, it's about the friends. It's about the friends. We watched, what's it, Slender Man together, baby. It's a 5-star film. It's really good. It's really good, honey. Hang on.
I can't. That memory is forever burned in my head.
It's so bad.
Walk back to our car was more scarier.
Yeah, Slender Man film was bad, guys. Don't watch it, okay? It's the worst film ever made. Ranking Let's Go Pikachu. Sorry, go on. What are you gonna say?
It's just the fact that remember when we got locked inside the mall?
Oh yeah, when we watched Slender Man, by the way, just a couple of when we watched Slender Man, we went to this like fucking dead mall, literally dead. Most of the shops were shut down, and like we almost got locked in. Like they literally almost like we were shutting up the mall. They almost locked us in. It was actually unreal.
Very hard. And by the way, we left that around like maybe 9, like 9 or 10.
It wasn't even like super late, you know, like it was crazy. That was scarier than the film.
The only reason we went to that movie theater is because no other movie theater wanted to play that movie.
It's crazy.
Okay, like
it was a memory I'll never forget. I get that film was 5 stars now because of that memory.
So then, like, we almost got locked in. The security guy rolled his eyes because he had to unlock the doors for us because the mall was like down. So we had to leave the movie theater on part of the mall part, and then I realized because we couldn't access the other half of the mall because they closed it, like gates down. So then we had to walk in the dark to the other side of the mall to get to my car because I parked in the parking lot away in part of the mall, which is like connected to the movie theater, but you still have like I'm not in near the movie theater parking lot, and it was like no lights. It was very sketchy vibes, and like an area at night isn't that great. So I remember just being like, dude, we're dead. We're so dead.
It was actually genuinely scary. Like I'm not even joking either. Like that walk back to the car was fucking wild. Scarier than a fucking movie, man. And I just go on.
You can go.
I was gonna say we've seen Peruvian Potato again. Honey, we've seen him again, honey. It's actually unreal. He's again. Someone's upset that overrated Mikiyote was viewed for what it actually is. Bro, he's in his trenches arc. Oh my lord, it's actually unreal. Listen, don't worry, Axonite. You know what? I forgive you. Okay, I forgive you for the bad joke. I love you a long time ago. It's actually unreal. I've run out. Oh, my music's run out. My sneaking music. We've been fucking yapping for that long. One more time. Let's scroll for a bit more. Just a couple more. Translate English.
Oil.
So funny. Oil. Good comment.
Oil.
Good comment. Good comment. Too many ads. Oil. Never watching this channel again. Also, what I've noticed this, by the way, babe. I've seen a lot of people misspelling it like this, and it's fucking annoying. It's actually really fucking annoying me. What ads? 12 ads what? 12 ads to what? Do we add 12 to like 16 to like get fucking a bigger number? Like, what are we doing here? It's annoying. It's annoying. Downvote. DP not in F tier, which they were, or Planet being an A. There's not different enough for that blasphemy. It should very least be C tier. Why are you arguing this, you old bastard? I dropped out after literally. Oh my god, I love this. I actually love this, babe. I love this so much. The video was good until you disagreed. Do you understand now why like big YouTubers just have the same opinions?
No, he was for the games. He wasn't saying for the videos.
Oh, okay, my bad. My bad.
Like,
okay, you dropped. Okay, you know, my mistake. But it happens though. It does happen. Okay, I just want to say.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad. I misspoke. The lonely 4 games unranked. No one cares about fucking Pokemon Coliseum.
Or to go to games, by the way.
It's not going to be fair ranking the original games compared to the modern games. Correct. It wouldn't be fair to the modern ones.
Oh my god!
Okay, old man. Okay, old man. Peruvian potato again. Can I just scroll through this whole? I'm just looking for him. I just want to look for him. Can I just? This is the. I'm gonna make this a video within a video chat. The tale of Peruvian potato. I'm so here for him. Grow up. Being a Gen 1 stopped being cool 15 years ago. Being a Gen 1 is when you love the first 5 gens. You're a fucking genius, you idiot.
I mean, to be fair, you did not say that in your comment. You just said like the ones that were unranked, which are kind of, you know. So.
We'll control F later, okay? I just want to naturally scroll and see if we find them again. Now I have a Legends of Arceus on my Samsung S3. Is this an ad? Ad. I play it on my S3. Ad again?
This has to be a meme. This has to be.
It literally has to be. Fire Red, man, I know you for 3 minutes, but I know you suck. Oh my god.
I read that as.
God.
I forgive you.
Yeah, forgive you that HGSS thing. Oh man, I just want to know. Fuck you, but the Pokemon Shield. I love looking at Pokemon comments. It's so good. I love it. Hey, that's true. Does this guy even like Pokemon? That's actually true. That's actually true. Boomerang, aka Boomer. You're a boomer. Hang on. I want to put HGS as an S tier because they didn't fix the main problems of Johto. The level curve was the worst out of Pokemon. The gym leaders really didn't fit. Yeah, it's a good comment. Yeah, I agree with this. Peruvian potato. Peruvian potato. We have to say his name 3 times on it together, okay? Peruvian potato. Peruvian potato. Peruvian potato. Fuck, he's not here.
No.
Oh no.
Maybe he did.
Man. Hang on. Peruvian potato. Peruvian potato. Peruvian potato. Okay.
He didn't say anything bad though. If he's just ranking it, you know, he wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't.
I'm just
hoping. He wouldn't defend it. He's just his own ranked tier.
Okay, this could be one. Look, as soon as you said the old games can't be ranked, you could tell he's not a real fan. This is something Peruvian potato would 100% reply to, honey. Peruvian potato. Peruvian potato. Peruvian potato. Fuck! Man, where is he gone? Man, I want one more time. Just one more.
How old is? Maybe he didn't come into effect. This is 10 months ago. Maybe he didn't come into
effect, you know?
Yeah. You know what?
4 months ago. Okay.
4 months. 4 months.
4 months. Man, I don't think we're gonna find any more then. I don't even know.
I want like someone so dedicated to me like Peruvian potato. I want someone that like that in my life, man.
I do as well. Why Super Mario sucks. Crazy.
Wait, I want to see this. Hang on, I want to see the Smash fans be like.
You want to see that? Okay, let's see it. It's just one of these boring videos. These videos are boring. Little Mac mains when they and when was this made?
True.
3 years ago? Okay, Mario mains when they find out someone sells a full throated and sick. Boring. Already clicked off.
No, not my potato. You can't do him like that, man. You can't do him like that.
No, Peruvian potato sucks. Peruvian potato, I don't like him.
That's my fan right there. I want someone dedicated as him, you know?
I
want a fan.
El Skibidi. Either way, this was fun. You know what, your video, how long was this video? Hang on. How long was this video? This video was 20 minutes long, babe. And the recording of this session was 2 hours and 15 minutes. I guess if we remove the 20 minutes of comment scrolling, it was like we turned this into a 2-hour video check. And you fucking, Jesus Christ.
We're literally like, what, the Star Wars?
We're yap maxing, honestly. We are such yap maxers. It's unfucking...
Minus like the 10 minutes of us arguing about auras.
That was cinema, okay? That was
cinema.
This is
literally, we're literally the meme of like what that. Remember like the girl made like I don't like Star Wars or something, and they made like an 8-hour reply.
And it was like an 11-hour stream. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Listen, it's gonna be. This is fun. This is always fun with you, honey. Listen, that's why we can't be together. We just yap forever, okay? We've been doing it for 7 years now. Okay, we're just yappers.
yeah, we yap, we yell, we agree, we cry. You know, that's just how it is. We divide our fans. Who's taking the kids? Who's going to mom's house? Who's going to dad's house?
True.
2 Christmases, guys. 2 Christmases.
See,
well, actually, no. Here's the thing, actually. You don't celebrate Christmas until I did, so you better let go with me if you want a Christmas. So.
Nah, you know, you're just wrong. You're just wrong, honey. Do you know, honey, I've had fun. We'll play some Overwatch in a bit, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Love you.
Bye.
Can you say it back?
Oh my god, everyone's
I love you, honey.
Okay, love you too, bye. Love you too, bye.
Okay, bye.